Well, good evening and welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
More. Man, I felt like Johnny Fever back there.
Who's Johnny Fever?
You don't know who Johnny Fever? Oh, come on! Don't make me. You guys,
he's messing with you. He's messing with you.
You guys make me the OG every week. You know that.
No, you do it to yourself. Are your friends called Uggies?
No, not that kind of OG. The old guy.
Oh, ouch.
Come on.
The original.
I thought he'd never leave. Goodness gracious.
How have you been, guys? How are you?
Good, man. How are y'all?
Joe Brett, I am so proud of you, my friend.
You are?
Yes.
That's great.
You had a new antenna. Now, the big question is, did you bring one home?
No, did he use it?
Oh,
All right.
No.
I'm a little slightly deflated, but that's okay.
Only slightly?
I left it on the table to think about.
So that you wouldn't be stuck in the shack for quite some time with the meal being dropped off at the steps?
Yeah. Actually, if you listen to the audio closely, soul guy comes by and is like, "How much did you say?" And he bought it right off the table while I was video. So
nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very nice.
Izzo, I guess we'll start with you. The squares got jumped around, so we'll start with you. How are you, my friend?
No, I'm not talking.
Yeah. Everybody, you heard it here first. Izzo is not going to talk.
No, he said he's not talking to you.
Let me take care of something here for you guys.
Okay.
Karen, and check out Izzo's new name.
No, don't you ever. You call me Karen, and I will leave. I will leave.
Okay, let me fix it. Because I changed your name tag.
That's not.
He got mad.
That's not even nice.
Poor Izzo. We're not going to get through this introduction section within the first hour. I'm just saying. It's going to take forever just to get through that. Now everybody's jumbled up again. I lost my train of thought. Jerks, all of you, each and every one of you.
Speaking of train of thought and trains, I don't know who wants to watch this train wreck, but we had 2,500 viewers since last week on last week's show, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
And, that's a lot of suckers.
That's a lot of suckers. Thank you for being a sucker with us. We love you all. Did I tell you guys about my wife's radio experience?
No. What happened?
Where's the music
Where
that we
is she? Bring her on.
played last time?
What?
The Sarah McLachlan music.
Yeah, the Sarah. No,
It's not ready yet. It's not ready. It was.
All right.
It wasn't even brought up.
So my wife got home from work the other night. I said, "Hey, why don't you come downstairs and call CQ? Like, let's get you on the radio." So she's like, "Okay." Comes down. She's sitting beside me. She's like, "What do I do?" I said, "You go CQ, Victor Alpha 3, Sierra Delta Oscar." She does that a couple times, and all of a sudden, some guy comes back, Kilo Echo 8, and she goes, "What do I do?" I'm like, "Say Kilo Echo 8, and you're 5'9". Well, she just throws the mic at me. And she says, like, I'm literally sitting here, and then she's sitting here. She throws the mic at me. She goes, "This is your thing. I don't know what to do." And then she walks out of the room. That's literally that's how good it was.
Did you record her CQ for the next time you go out and do POTA?
I wanted to actually do a live stream with her doing it.
That would be great.
And
That'd be awesome.
yeah, so, but yeah, I think that I've forever damaged the possibility of my wife getting her amateur radio license. So
Wow, look at that. Nice.
Aw.
oh, so anyways, so then the guy, so I'm like, yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, you're 5'9". My wife, first time calling the radio, a little mic shy, and he didn't answer me. He was done. He tuned out. I was like, really? Okay.
He had no interest.
He's probably like this. He's probably like, this is one of those guys who paid $50 for some girl to say his call sign. All right, I see what's going on here.
No, Mr. Molson, that's his loss. That's his loss. That's
right.
That's right. That's right. Because I can play female voice too.
Oh,
So-
All right,
right,
thanks
folks.
for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time.
if that's not a nightmare, and if you're listening to the podcast, if you just drove off the road, call AAA and send the bill to Molson.
Yes.
He is good on QRZ.
Move on to somebody else before I make everybody stop watching. I'm gonna go hang out in the chat.
Steve, how are you, buddy?
Doing well, considering all things. You know, we had to put the puppy down last week.
I saw that.
Sorry to hear
that
about
sucks.
that. Sorry. Yep.
Caught a cold, so
Did you give it back
no.
or release
I
it?
Finally got over it, I think. I was down in Florida this past weekend, and I may have committed a cardinal sin. I got a CW.
Did you get
operator on
arrested?
FTA.
No, what did he buy? Were you chasing
Well-
the chalupa again, or what was that thing called?
No,
The
that was
Chungawanga?
Shane.
The
That was Shane.
Chungawanga? Okay.
Oh.
No, I got a CW operator on FT8,
Oh.
a well-known CW op on FT8.
Bill?
Bill.
No. Oh.
So,
If you hear random noises behind me, my dog has decided to protest and is throwing his dinner bowl across the room. So,
nice.
Feed him.
There's no. That's what I was doing. I fed him before we started the show, and he decided to. He's like, "You need to step away from the computer, son." He started kicking his bowl across the room.
Oh,
so
bring him. Just bring him on.
Random,
Just bring him on. Just bring him on.
he's
Tell
a
me,
mess.
get up here. Get over here.
But
He's not a lap dog, Don. He's a 90-pound half German Shepherd, half blue heeler.
They're
so.
all
Nice.
lapdogs. They're all.
You're
lapdogs.
right. That is a great question, Nicholas.
Oh my God! How do we?
How
know
do we know
other?
each other?
Through
Can
Discord.
we get?
Yeah.
Can we finish the introduction here and then get back to this
Okay.
question?
All right. Someone said squirrel. Hang on.
Right.
Nicholas, hold on.
Hold,
You can't
please.
say squirrel yet. You can't say squirrel yet. Give us 5
Customer
more
service
minutes.
will be with you in a minute. Please hold the line.
Please hold the line.
Please hold. Thanks for calling Accounts Payable. Nina speaking. Just a moment.
Do you guys remember the Visa? Do you guys remember the Visa? The guy who was doing the girl's voice from Russia, the Visa commercial, about 4 or 5 years ago. Not Stacy. Oh my God! Help! Somebody in the chat, help me out. Who remembers that commercial?
Yeah.
That's over me right there.
All right, come on, Ron. Ron's good for this stuff. And Mike.
So, Steve, any new videos coming? Yeah, so circling back to you, you had like a whole
Yes.
catalog of stuff coming out.
yes, I have stuff coming, but with situation things slowed down.
Of course.
We'll get back on it. I do.
That means
have,
it should be due next week, right?
Give me 2 weeks. I got family coming in this weekend.
Oh, hearing excuses. Hearing excuses.
Yeah, well, Easter, something about they want to come hang out. I don't get it.
POTA.
That's on
Come
Sunday.
on.
That's on Sunday. Easter's on
That's
Sunday.
what I said.
right?
But she said no.
Oh,
Well, all right. Wait.
Get her over
No,
here.
no, no,
Get
no,
it.
no, no,
We'll
no.
talk to her.
No. She's allowed to say no because of other things he did. Because she
All
allowed him to do
right,
other
that's
things. And the other thing he did.
Look at
So
that
that-
guilty face.
So this is part of
There
his
may be a-
rosary. This is part of his rosary of
his penance.
his penance
You know,
for this weekend, but not next weekend.
bought a 5100, put it in her car, and she didn't even.
We
realize
saw
it.
that. That was very nice. That was
How do
great.
you
That
not
was a great
realize
picture.
the radio installed in your car?
You tell her it's for XM. You tell her it's for XM Sirius Satellite.
Are you going to sing into the mic? Is that?
Yeah, I had
is it karaoke XM?
Yeah, karaoke.
I had the
Karaoke.
4100 in there. I went from the 4100, which is this tiny little radio, to this gigantic screen, you know, and she never even realized when she got in the car.
You're absolutely right. You're right. That 41
Like,
is.
holy crap.
Yeah, but so okay, so you went from radio to radio, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but he went from radio to radio.
Yeah. I stole the 4100 out of my car
On
so I
Viagra.
could take her car to Florida. And I didn't have to program repeaters that way.
There you go.
Very good.
So,
Not as big of a deal as going from no radio to radio.
Yeah.
true.
So
Beer
still
snack
fun.
buddy.
Hi, guys.
We missed.
How are
We
you?
missed you. We missed you last week.
We did.
I know. I know.
Quiet without you.
It's okay.
Very. Scout
I'm
tried to
sorry.
fill in. I don't know if you saw the video.
Scout
I
tried
got
to
through
beat
most
you
of it.
again. Yeah, he tried to beat you.
Listen, Ham Radio Outhouse was pretty good. I can tell you that. I went back to that a couple times too.
You have to play. You have to play that once a day at least. I'm a firm believer.
yes, that is that was actually pretty.
That was
good.
some.
That was classic. That was very
Yeah.
classy, guys. Very good. I enjoyed that. You know, and nothing but tones from N8YO.
That's about right. You know.
Yeah. No, Norman did a great job. And
Yes.
Norman's here in the chat tonight. He did a great job with all the editing.
And he also typed in Russian visa girl, and it didn't come up nice. So
Very Norman, be very careful
Yeah.
what you and clear,
Make sure you're on the hidden browser.
yeah, clear that browsing history.
So can I answer Nicholas's question?
You can.
so here we go. Let's bring that back up here.
So Nicholas, see, I just finished up 3 years at San Quentin, and I was in the checkout. They were giving me back my clothes and my personal.
A Canadian is saying
He was extradited. He was extradited.
Extradited, yeah. From all those crimes of
Yeah.
humanity.
What crime did you do? What crime? I want to know what crime did you commit in the United States that made you, or just you just
He called
being here?
CQ on 7.188.
I don't even know if I said I don't even know if I said the name of the prison properly. But anyways, let me
the
tell my
FCC
fairy
law
tale
enforcement.
story. Let me tell my
FCC
fairy
law
tale
enforcement got
story.
him.
No, we met on Discord, buddy. It's all because of Joe, but we met through Ham Radio YouTube, Discord. We did after chats, and then somebody came up with the dumbest idea of saying, "Let's do this on YouTube Live," and here we are
I'm sorry.
with you guys, my friends. No, it's been a funny ride. So that's pretty much it, man. We know each other from the digital world.
And if you would like to become a member of the digital world, links to our Discord and Toad's Discord is down in the description, along with links to all these guys' channels. Even our guest tonight, I put the link to his channel in. We'll get to him in just a few minutes. I'm excited. I don't know if Olson's excited.
Oh my
but-
God, these guys!
wait.
These guys are rolling.
We got answers to what he did. It was
Yes.
crimes against the loony.
Yep.
He armed a cow without permission.
That was a good one.
Maple
That was a
syrup
good one.
smuggling is frowned upon that much.
I'm gonna drop my cigar. Stop.
Ham to learn. Canadian punishment is you have to say extra sorries.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But they get 200. But they get 200 watts though. Just always remember that, guys. They get 200 watts while we get 100.
Oh,
Hey, listen,
man.
I love it that Ham Radio Venture guy can make a joke referencing a show we did like a couple weeks ago. So that's great.
And he's
love that.
probably and he's probably in a park right now too, just getting ready for the late. Actually, this is late shift. So
But Nicholas did a follow up. He says it's a great idea, and you guys are hella entertaining. Well,
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you.
buddy.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you so much. And we've got N8YO is trying to say something. I'm not sure what that is. So.
Did I did?
Ain't that a baby's
Da-da,
first
da-da.
words?
Yeah, I think so. Well, did I miss anybody? I have random CRS. So if I missed anybody, speak up now.
Oh, what's
Forever hold your pieces.
Forever hold your pieces.
What's CRS?
Your Reese's Pieces.
Okay.
I'm planning on playing POTA on Saturday. Does that count?
It does.
Hey, can we come back to that, Don? Come back to
Okay.
that, Don. We'll
All right,
come
we'll
back
come
to that.
Okay.
Hey, so everybody knows we got a guest tonight, right?
We do.
Yep.
Should we bring him here?
Just a moment. One moment, please.
Okay.
For those of you that are new, welcome to the clubhouse. If we say something that might be offensive to you, come back next week and we might apologize for it. Links
Or
to
not.
the Buy Me a Coffee, super chats are enabled, all that kind of good stuff if you choose to support the channel. And don't forget to sign up for the April giveaway. The link is hamradioclubhouse.com.
Yep.
That's going to be awesome.
It
Giving
got
away
working again.
another complete G90 kit, battery, antenna, everything. When Joe drops it off in front of you, you can take it and
Get on
go
the air.
play POTA.
Get on the
Ready
air.
to go. So, Joe, you're going to be traveling with that kit, right? From now on.
Yeah.
It might be.
I can send you some buddy passes on Southwest.
That might be possible then.
You can't do a lame announcement like that. Do we have the picture? It's a G90 with the fan kit, with the digital interface, with the soda beams mast. We have an EdFed half-wave antenna. We got the coax. We got the battery. We got the tablet, and it all looks like the picture that we should be putting up right now, but we're not.
Which I don't have. I'm sorry.
So that
Epic
pause in his internet, that was perfectly timed. Thank you, Canada.
I know, right?
Yes. And somebody just dropped the link. Somebody just dropped to the email to get into the contest or to get into the raffle.
Oh, the link. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm not signed in as a clubhouse, so if you're signed in the clubhouse, drop the link to the website. Or if you're listening, it's hamradioclubhouse.com. I know that is difficult.
See, Mike NAYO says, shouldn't the first line item on any clubhouse agenda be apologies for the prior week's stream?
Only if we can remember what they were.
The only comment we ever had on any video was the day that I talked about POTA.
No, we got one last week because they said my intro music was too loud.
Okay.
There was one 2 weeks ago, too. There was a constructive criticism 2 weeks ago.
Constructive criticism is
About staying on topic. Something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
and then,
yes.
but last week we
Speaking of,
last week we did Vale's speech and we apologized by saying if you come here expecting us to be professionals, we're not. Okay, like that should be our opening line. Listen, if you're expecting for the Dr. Phil of Ham Radio, this is not it. We don't claim to be experts, and we'll call on a buddy who is, and otherwise we'll bullshit it just to keep the show going.
yeah,
So
we'll
all
Google
good.
it. We will drop the Google for it.
No,
But
we're good.
as a perfect segue, isn't that something
Segway?
you ride? Segway.
Segway.
Same thing.
Segway.
You've been hanging
We
around
have-
Don Izzo too long.
I have, yeah. It's wearing off on me. So, it's great. So, tonight we have, speaking of those that are more intelligent on certain topics than we are, we have a gentleman from Parks on the Air. He is an admin. He is very active on YouTube and on Parks on the Air. Matt, welcome to the show, my friend. How are
Howdy,
you?
gentlemen.
There he
I
is.
was,
Look at him.
I was absolutely thoroughly convinced that the good segue to me was going to be the bullshit.
I love it.
You've
love
seen the
it.
show.
So
I mean,
pick
I
up-
thought about it, but
Make sure, listen, Matt, we tell everybody wear your boots and pick up your pants.
There you go. I can do that.
make sure you wear your long socks, not your short socks.
There you go. Good deal.
Well, welcome,
And-
my friend. How are you?
You know what? I just couldn't be any happier. Not legally.
Well,
Depends
I
on what
mean,
state you're in.
it depends on depends on what
He
state
fits,
you're in.
he fits right in here, doesn't he?
Before the show,
I'm not
you
sure
did.
if I should be insulted by that or not, Don. I don't know.
So before the show, you did say you were a little disappointed that you didn't get to go play POTA today.
Yeah, we're having, one of the 3 nice days a year we get here in Western PA, and I had family obligations, family obligations to go ride a motorcycle. So first world problems. It's not the end of the world here. But yeah, my KX2 has given me the look over there, so we'll have to remedy that.
So the DAWs will become dits and will completely mess with you the next time you go out. Just as that's your punishment.
I am just so borderline. I got back into CW, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, something like that. And I'm sitting right at like that 7-8 word a minute where some days I think I know what I'm doing and then I start listening to it on the air and I don't. But
I can pick out CQ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You want to know
as well as
the
SOS.
craziest thing, and I think this is just because I'm getting old, but CQ was the first thing that you learned to pick out just by sound. Like you could pick it, your refrigerator starts sending you CQs after a while.
Exactly.
And
It's time to change a light bulb.
The Q,
Put a choke on it.
The Q by itself without the C is like I sit there and I listen to that and I go, I've never heard that before. The damn computer's making up letters now. What the hell?
I did find a handy little app on iPhone where I could hold it close enough to the radio, and it actually does a pretty good job at decoding.
Decoding it.
So
That's good.
Yeah, the built-in decoder in the KX2 works. Well, it works as well as I work at this point. So, what do you want?
4 words a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you can't hold a tune and you can't read it doesn't work. Sorry. Does
Well, I
that
was
go
hoping-
over
I
all
was-
your heads? Goodness gracious.
I was glad
my
you spoke up. I forgot that you were here, Daniel. I figured when we mentioned POTA that you were going to run out the door. So,
Dude, there's a reason why I'm at the
appreciate your
bottom of the screen. There's a reason why I'm down here and he's up there, okay? Let's talk about participation
case.
trophies.
No, don't go there.
Wow.
No.
We give those
I'm
out.
joking. Hey,
you have to print them yourself, but hey, it works.
We give those out.
Should have worn my black T-shirt tonight.
We're going to give out some more of them this weekend, just because
That's right. That's
they're
right. We
cheap.
are.
So, Matt, I guess I've seen you on a couple different shows, and no one's ever asked you how you got started in ham radio, and how did that converge into POTA?
Yeah. Excellent questions.
So I got started in ham radio back in the early 90s. I was going to engineering grad school, and it was another student at the school who introduced me to it, kind of got me into it, got me licensed. I got licensed through the club at the school, and then promptly graduated, got married, put the HT in a drawer, and forgot about it for, well, basically till I moved. We spent 10 years in Philly. When we moved back to the current QTH, I went, hey, I'm on a hill. I wonder if that ham radio still works. And it was just, here's good advice to everybody who's interested in perpetuating ham radio. Listen to your repeater, and if you hear someone throw out their call sign, answer them.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
I fired up this HT after more years than I can count of inactivity. And just by the grace of God, a guy who turns out to be a really good Elmer mentor, just kind of stand-up guy you picture in the ham radio community, came back and introduced himself and invited me to the local club meeting, and, was there subsequent times I picked up the mic. So that got me back into the hobby. That club got me interested in getting on HF because I was still a tech plus at the time. And then the KX2 was an accident. I was looking at radios on eBay and I bid a ridiculously low number on this KX2 and won. And then had to explain to my wife this number that didn't seem ridiculously low to her. Why
It really is.
Yeah, why a radio I couldn't use was in the mail.
You got some explaining to do.
Yeah. So things kind of progressed rapidly from there into general and extra territory. But it was kind of the same thing. Now I had these HF privileges, I had some HF gear, and I started getting on the air. And I realized pretty quickly that calling CQ from home with a limited antenna and a QRP radio is limited fun. And I just, to this day, God love you, if contesting is your thing, I'm glad it's there. Anything that gets people on the air and lights up the bands, but it's not for me.
That's fair. So absolutely.
It wasn't really until POTA came around that something clicked on HF. It was something that I could do, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It fit into my schedule. The POTA crowd is, it's just, the ham radio operators are good to begin with, and the POTA group is, I think, a even better yet subset
a step
of ham
above,
radio in general.
I agree.
So it was just one of those things where everything about POTA just checked a box. The KX2 was the perfect rig to just go out to the park and dabble, and it doesn't require a whole weekend commitment like Field Day or a big you don't have to compete against K3LR to who's only like 25 miles up the road. Competing against them is pretty tough in this neck of the woods.
Kind of squashes your signal.
Yeah. Well, it's, if you can't beat them, join them. I got to go
You can
up
work
there.
them on
There
a
you
dummy
go.
load. You can work
Knock
them on
on
a dummy
Tim's
load.
door once in a while. But it was I wish I had a better story, to be honest with you, because
It's a great story.
Has
It's a great story.
I agree.
done a lot for me in ham radio, but
That's what's important.
I kind of fell into it, to be perfectly honest with you.
So Matt, I just let you know. All right, there's been a lot of comments at the beginning, between between your speech and everything else, and I think they're talking about this as to why you fit in so well.
Oh, yeah, could be. Yeah. Well, I was going to tell them also that's why I have to be at the top, because if you put me at the bottom, the glare.
That's why he looks up. That way it doesn't blind all of us. We get distracted
bad,
by
yeah.
sunspots.
It's bad.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so POTA was the reason I even got my general. I lived in an apartment. I was like, HF from this RFI ridden hell is not going to happen, because the first time I turned the radio on in here, even in HT, there was static. I was like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
So I saw Mike's videos, and of course the first thing I want to do is go to a park. I already had a state park pass anyway. So I was like, well, what did I think about that? I took a radio out there, and the first time I turned it on, there was an S0 noise floor. So stations that normally I would just barely hear in the crackle of the background noise is blowing my speaker out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I'm
when you
hooked.
tell people things like, I was running the preamp on 40 meters.
Exactly.
Right? It just gives you some idea of the context of just how different it is to be in an RF quiet spot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You live in RFL too, Beer Snack, so
I know,
you
yes.
can relate to that.
Oh yes. Saturday
Matt-
morning, I'll be out of RFL.
Nice.
Matt, when you're out playing, what's your antenna or antennas of choice in the field?
Well, hi, my name is Matt, and I have an antenna addiction.
Well, you and Izzo get along great then.
Welcome.
Yeah. When I discovered that you can build them yourself out of, speaker wire and other things that cost $5 and $10, they started stacking up.
And that's when it gets dangerous, when you know
then
that
you
they
get
only cost $5 or $10.
And you get a 3D printer on top of that.
Yeah. The 3D printer is over there. The 3D printer is that thing that I want to be a tool that turns out to be another hobby. So
Exactly.
that's a whole other show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
so-
Hang on a second, Matt. I need to interrupt you on a 3D printing thing. So our 3D printer gentleman for the clubhouse, Aaron, just said he had a new 3D printer delivered in the mail. And what is it, Aaron? You said it's a resin-based? And he asked what he should print first for his wife to make, calm her down. And I said he should print the ring. Just one ring to rule them all. That's
exactly.
it. That's all he needs to print. And then the rest of them should be Ham Radio Clubhouse
Oh,
coins.
he does.
Anyway.
He actually has a video out. Go to his channel, and he's working on a truck on his truck for under the tonneau cover. So that's all I'm going to say.
there you go.
Go to his channel.
Thanks, Aaron.
And check him out.
Thank you, Aaron, for all
No,
the support you do, too, man.
Fortunately, I got some space above a detached garage. The missus doesn't come out here and poke around too often. If she does, I have to print out one of those like Hannibal Lecter masks or something, because it's going to be bad.
I don't think she would look good in that.
No, probably not. only not. All right, no, officially, my answer was she always looks good.
Oh, there you go.
If
Absolutely.
anybody watching the recording, that was my answer. Antenna-wise,
Yeah, we'll go back, edit it out. It's okay.
I
Welcome
I
to the
bounce
alibi
around
room.
a lot. With the KX2, I tend to take about a 32 or 33 foot random wire because it's almost always going on the back of the motorcycle. So I'm like bare minimum kit, 4x6 index cards to log and 25 feet of 195 coax and the bare minimum. When I take the 891, I'm running either a DX Commander Expedition, an end-fed half wave, a linked dipole, ham sticks.
God, this is why we love this guy.
I think
You fit right
is that
in.
it?
Right.
I have the materials to build a mag loop. I just haven't been to Harbor Freight to get the tubing bender yet.
Where's Ariel? Where's Ariel? Ariel just
Yeah.
built one in his garage.
Yeah.
We have
Another
the-
one?
We have the godfather of tinkering, Ariel. I can't remember his prefix. We always call him peanut butter jelly because the last three numbers or letters in his call is PBJ. So
Oh, there you go.
Down in
Kilo
Florida.
India 5, Papa
Yeah.
Bravo.
Well, they all have their charms, right? I've got
Correct.
to be perfectly honest with you. It kills me to say that the one I enjoy the most is the one I didn't build, is the DX Commander, because the thing just works and lets me band hop anywhere without the tuner. That's
That
the
is true.
main thing. It takes me. I did a video. I think it takes me 7 or 8 minutes to set it up.
Nice.
And which is a whole lot less. A lot of people look at a vertical and go, well, that's got to be like a 2-hour project. Like, no, it really isn't.
Only when you set it up the
especially-
first time.
yeah, especially if you've
Right.
done it a few times and you know
As
and
well
you know how it rolls.
Matt,
Yeah,
tell
And you have
everybody.
it- put it away correctly.
I was just
You
going to say,
figure
Matt,
out
tell
little-
everybody. It's all how you put it away.
Yeah. It's how you wind up the radials, doing them in bundles, alligator
Yep.
clips instead of wing nuts. And then you can shave
Correct.
seconds off of it here and there.
Correct.
But being able to take a break from calling CQ and chase park to parks on any band. Doesn't matter. Don't have to touch the antenna. Don't have to. I have one of those MAT 30 tuners for the 891. It's sitting in a box over here. I don't even take it with me.
DX Commander is a resident, depending on how many verticals you have, that's how many resident antennas you have.
Yeah. Well, but even when I take the end fed, I just, I live with 40, 20, 15, 10.
Yeah.
So,
Can't go wrong.
yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
And now that we're coming up in the solar cycle, I've seen 10 and 4 and 12 and all the bands that we got something in there.
Hold on.
All those bands. Thank you, TC Fitz, for the $10 beer donation. That's
For anybody tonight who is buying us a coffee, again, just don't forget your generous donations. We are giving it back, and that's how we are able to produce and build out these kits that Molson was talking about earlier, that now puts you in the running in the raffle to get you on the air.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Excellent.
you give it to us, and we're going to give it right back to you, one way or another.
I was warned about that before I came on the show.
Yes.
Yep. Just FYI. And hopping on, I did a video the other day about building a linear loaded dipole off one of Cal's videos. I started building antennas here because I've got 20 feet of patio space. I was like, well, I wonder what bands I can get. I can get 15,
Lucky
all the way
you.
up to 15 on that. And I was playing on 10 meters, and that's never been open for me because I got my technician in 2006 and I got my general in 2020. So 10 meters hasn't been open. I haven't had access to 10 meters. And now I fired up the radio the other day and I'm hearing Chile. I'm hearing Brazil. I'm hearing all the Caribbean islands. I'm like,
Isn't it great? Isn't it
Even
great?
though I've been licensed since the early 90s, I consider Solar Cycle 25 to be my first solar cycle on HF. And, you hear these stories of, when 10 meters is really, really open and you can sit in your car with a, repurposed 11 meter antenna that you cut an inch off of and run 10 watts and talk to Australia all day long.
All day long.
Right? It's just like picking up the phone. And I don't know if 25 will be quite that good, but it's a heck of a lot better than the 2014, 15. I got into HF right at the bottom of Solar Cycle 24 with a QRP radio.
Oh, wow.
So my initial HF impressions were not good.
I'm going to put this back in the closet. Come back later.
Yeah.
Put next to the HT in the drawer.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll tell you, that was really one of the things that sort of differentiated POTA from the rest of the stuff I was trying to do on HF, is that the POTA activators were more motivated to fish my signal out of the muck than, just the DX guys with the gigawatt stations. And
you talk about Italy, right?
Among others. There's a couple guys exercising all of that excess nuclear power over in France too.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
some of it finds its way to Spain. They're everywhere,
They are.
But yeah,
And God
the
bless
POTA
them.
activators are looking for the hunters. So if you come in with a 2x2 signal,
I'm sorry, Matt. Smoking Ape
I
is
saw it.
always
I saw
incredible. That man is always incredible.
Abe comes in with, who wants to talk to Australia? It's the Canada of the Southern Hemisphere.
It's like talking to Molson. But I'm
Just
still
wait.
waiting for his
With an
QSL
accent.
card. But I'm still waiting for Molson's QSL card.
Keep waiting.
Keep waiting.
I hear my name, but I'm busy scanning 10 meters right now.
I'm
you know?
sorry.
okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry about the show. Don't worry about the show.
It's like, oh, wait, 10 meters. Maybe I can get on 10 meters.
Joe Brett will pull up your extra slack tonight. Don't worry about
There you go.
Yes, I'll sit right here.
You're doing a fine job, Joe. Fine
it.
job.
Meanwhile, Joe's editing his next video. You know what he's doing.
We're playing
He's
FT8.
taking screen,
Why not?
FT8 screen caps. It depends on what he wants to do. So, Matt, we have some.
edit mine while
We're
you're
going
at
to
it.
start this off real quick. All right, we have some questions. Matt, Mike, N8YO. This gentleman, what is a POTA?
And he's new. N8YO is brand new to this thing.
Brand new to the
He's never
Brand new.
done single sideband before. I mean,
No.
hey, well, you know what? You're in luck. I wish it had been around when I was first starting, because it's going to be a great way to learn. POTA is Parks on the Air. It is an ongoing special event, is the best way to describe it.
It is a great way to describe it. I hadn't thought about that.
that is a good way.
Yeah, we
is
go
excellent.
back and forth between, it's either a perpetual special event or it's a whole lot of little D expeditions. Take your pick.
And it's not a contest. You can do it on 17 meters. It's okay.
Yeah, well,
Mini field. It's also been noted as mini field day.
if you can tell me,
It's
if you
your
can
field
tell
day.
me when it ends and how we will declare the winner at that point, I will entertain the contest idea.
There you go.
You have no
we
clue
go.
how much I'm biting my tongue right now.
I'm just gonna say Molson's going
Matt,
crazy
Matt, I have
right
a question for you. All right, so you want to talk about determining the winner, right? Last year, didn't they change it from the top activators? They took that numbering system out of it, so that it's no longer
there
a
are
ranking
number-
system.
Yeah, so there are a number of stats that get tracked. So, for instance, people who chase traditional D expeditions track their progress towards DXCC. They track their progress towards worked all states. There's people who track grid squares. There's people who chase counties. Tracking your progress towards an arbitrary goal for yourself is not new in ham radio. It's been going on as long as we've had QSL cards.
He's right.
So in the POTA program, we've picked popular stats to let people, if you want to think of it as a competition, you're competing against yourself, right? You're trying to rack up your thing to get to the worked all states or to worked all the parts in this thing or whatever else. But when you start talking about who's leading, the problem is there's no criteria for how do you measure that.
Yeah.
So most hunter QSOs is a way that some people could measure that. But there's also, well, maybe you like late shifts. Maybe you want your hunter QSOs to be park to parks from a park. Maybe you've got a specific band. Maybe you only want phone. Maybe you only want digital. Maybe you want mixed. There's.
I like that.
You ask 5 people, you'll get 8 definitions for who's first. So it's sort of by de facto that there's no way to agree on how you would measure it. It's like setting goals at work. If you can't control what you can't measure.
I can't wait to tell my boss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, late shift is the best shift. Yes, that is right, Mike. All right, especially when you're doing FT8 on Thursday nights.
Exactly. From a park.
Yeah.
URP.
Well, and ultimately, what I keep telling people is the ham radio is a hobby. Yes, there's an MCOM thing and whatever else, but 99.999% of the time, ham radio is a hobby. POTA is a hobby within a hobby. So the only actual goal, the only success or failure criteria in POTA is whether or not you're having fun.
Bingo.
Oh, you said the F
fun.
word?
Bingo.
Oh, he
Ooh,
said
you
the
said
F
the
word.
F word.
I did.
Good. I'm glad he
I
did. I'm glad he did.
So if you're having fun, you are tied for the lead. And if you're not, get out because there's no point in you being here.
Right.
Excellent.
Right. Thank you.
Let's go have fun. Stop being a Karen of POTA.
Right. Correct. Not the whistle.
Very good. Having fun is the best part of this. So, James, ham radio adventure guy, can you teach me how to activate?
No, you're a lost cause.
No.
Seeing
it'll
as he
never
has
happen.
37,000 QSOs just in POTA, no.
He's been doing it all wrong this whole time.
Yeah, no, you've been doing it wrong.
It says January 1st, he's activated a park every single day.
Yes.
Yes, he's doing a park a day. So,
Park a day.
Well, and that's the thing. It's what people get out of it is so wildly varied.
Oh, yeah.
I got a local buddy whose wife just passed her general, and she's interested exclusively in being able to get on the radio with him when they go out to do POTA stuff.
Right.
Like if he hadn't dragged her to the park to do POTA, she wouldn't be a ham today. I got another friend who's got 19 things going on at home that are driving him nuts. POTA is sort of his only sanity.
His mental
check.
break.
Yeah, he gets
That's
out
the
in
clubhouse
park.
on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, 2-3 times a week. In part because he loves activating, but in part because you can't just sit home and stew in the middle of everything all the time.
Exactly.
So,
Mike, you're exactly right.
yes,
Mike says, go ahead.
Yes.
As an activator, the POTA awards and stats are good motivators and deciding factors for me to do new parks, try different bands, hunker down, try to get another kilo, or go out for late shift. Kilo. So a kilo is 1,000 contacts from the same park. Yeah,
Correct.
That's what that is.
correct.
And then-
that is exactly the purpose of the stats, is to motivate people to maintain their own interest in the program. Has absolutely nothing to do with comparing you to anyone else. There's a subset of folks in the world who are motivated by tracking their own progress towards whatever it is, and that's exactly what those things are for.
Sean Warren, if you are in a nature or park, you are a winner. I also cannot do it without the hunters.
Absolutely.
Yes, to the hunters.
That's
So-
my buddy Sean. That's my buddy Sean here in Connecticut. And
So-
awesome guy. Awesome guy.
Activator at the park, activating the park, trying to make at least 10 QSOs and move on. A hunter is the person who is calling to them. So we've got that. With regards to that, when you say 10 contacts and move on, I have the next one coming up here. Radar.
One of my favorite activities.
Absolutely.
The rapid deployment, whatever that stands for. The acronym.
Did you get a letter too from the Navy? Did the Navy send you a letter saying that is patented technology?
And we're not talking MASH 4077 here either.
Yeah, right. We might as well.
Oh my
be.
God.
We might as well be the Walter O'Reilly Award.
Walter O'Reilly Award. That's what we should really name that. I'm gonna send that to Jason.
Yeah. So this is another one of those things. Radar is completely and totally arbitrary. The only, if you want to stretch and say, well, if you were preparing for MCOM, you need to be able to set up and tear down quickly and prove that you're mobile, and so encouraging people to do that is a good thing. It is for you, Ape. It is for you.
It is for
Yes.
you.
For the rest of us, it's 1,000 QSOs.
Yes.
That's what we
like
call a
this guy.
6-pack of Miller Lite.
That's,
Kilo, right?
that's 1,000 Miller Lights for him.
Yeah, there's a reason your Kilo Awards are all printed in Espanol.
And they don't contain a call sign. They don't contain a call sign. Remember
It
that
makes so much sense now.
Right.
Yes, it does.
It's all done on 462 megahertz.
He looked at it. He thought it was blank on both sides, but it's actually Spanish. Just so you know. Yeah,
I love
but
it.
you know that's another one. So I had the heck with that. In my POTA presentation, I've got a couple of slides in there where I explain to people that POTA is a whole lot more generous than your average contest when it comes to counting QSOs, because we'll count if you manage to talk to the same person on the same band from the same park, but you do it on FT4 and FT8 and PSK 31 and RIDI, we'll count that as 4 QSOs.
Yes.
Because the entire goal of tracking any of this stuff is to motivate people to try new things.
Yep.
So it would be counterproductive to tell someone, oh, you already had a QSO on FT4, so now your FT8 QSO doesn't count.
On top of which, if you're activating from 2 parks, or if it doesn't count as double it.
A twofer.
Yeah,
twofer.
there are some places. I've got one near me, the North Country Trail, which I don't know, runs from Siberia to Europe or some such thing. It's a really long trail, but it runs through a bunch of state parks here locally. So
Yes.
I've got a whole bunch of places where I can go to a park or a game land or whatever it is and park within 100 feet of the trail, or park and hike in a little bit to get to the trail and pass out 2 park numbers. I've got the one for the park and then the one for the trail
Right.
at the same time.
So Scout75 says, good call defining that beer snack. Saying going to the park for a kilo out of context might get some unwanted attention from people you don't want attention from.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank
Filling
you, Scout.
one for the monetization after this one.
Yeah.
Especially after we supposedly met in San Quentin. You know?
In the big house.
Okay.
In the big house.
Well,
So yeah, no,
but-
this whole like 2 for 3 for like most of the Jersey Shore from Seaside down or Island Beach State Park south is a 3-fer if you go in there, because you have Pinelands Preserve Park, you have the Coastal Trail, so you are at least 2 parks there. So everything else you activate is just bonus. You were saying, Matt? Sorry.
Well, just on the subject of getting attention, I think that's one of the other real positives of Parks on the Air.
Yes.
One of the stated goals of Field Day is to get ham radio out in front of the public and make them aware that we are not all 147 and in our basement, and ham radio has not gone the way of the dodo bird. The problem is most of the Field Day deployments that I see are, they're a total nerd fest, right? They've got the generator and 7 radios and the crank up tower, and guys are arguing about whose dipole is facing 10 degrees the wrong direction or whatever.
My dipole's
gives
bigger than your
people the
dipole.
idea- yeah, it gives people the idea that
Go
ham
rotate
radio
your
is-
vertical.
Right, it's still a thing.
That's ham hazing.
Yeah, but I don't know that it gives people the idea that it is approachable, right?
Yeah.
Or looks like something that resonates with them. When you are out there by yourself, or just you and a friend, or you and your wife, or whatever, and you're sitting at a park bench, and you got a little radio and a little battery and a piece of speaker wire and a tree, and you're talking to Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the kind of thing that people walking their dog will come up, and they're not horrified or put off by the spectacle of something the size of Field Day.
Good point.
I would say
Right.
well over half of my activations, I end up in a conversation with someone who's not a ham, who falls somewhere on the spectrum of, my dad was a ham. I grew up knowing something about it, all the way to, you guys still exist. I didn't even know that was a thing anymore.
Right. Right. Good point.
So it's by and large really, really good PR for the hobby. I mean, like anything else, you run into folks who take themselves too seriously. When they get out there.
Are you talking to Mars? Are you talking to Mars? Are you talking to aliens? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You spy?
Are you listening to my phone call?
So real quick, Carlos, we'll get back to this because this is a very interesting one, and I know exactly what you're going to ask because of what you do. But
We've talked about it.
NU1U, who is Bean's antenna boy, what hours are considered a late shift activation?
That's a good question.
The second half of the UTC day.
Okay, so
So
that would
it's
be
actually again, some of these terms were in place before I showed up. If we
is the
were
second or the first?
It's the first. It's the
I thought
first.
it was 0 to 12.
0
0 to 11:59.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Right. So
Okay.
what we really should be called, because we're now global. There's 42 countries or some such thing. POTA is now in every time zone. So this idea of a regular shift and a late shift doesn't make any sense at all in Japan.
Right.
That is
Right.
true. That
We
is
really
true.
probably, if we're even going to keep the shift concept, should just call them first shift and second shift or something like that.
POTA after hours.
Yeah, well, except
no. If you listen to Ham Radio Crash Course, he's got a few emails about POTA after hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say if you listen to the clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
the-
Oh my
Don's
God.
got stories from
Take
being
your
stuck in outhouses and all kinds of stuff with the POTA after hours.
It happens.
Go to the park for your kilo and your after hours activity, right?
Yes.
It's getting better all the time.
All right.
Heard it here first.
So we'll come back to
That's pretty
Carlos'
outhouse.
question, but we have a couple of real quick comments. Which CW keyer is the best? The one that's on your knee at the time you are calling CQ? And then if you are a park ranger and live at the park, how far outside? Okay, here it is. The boundary of the park. You cannot be on privately owned land within the park. So if you live, like I said, Pinelands Preserve is a huge area, the majority of South Jersey. If you live in the Pinelands Preserve and you're on public land, you can call CQ POTA. If you're not and you're in your backyard, you can't. It doesn't qualify. But we're all hams and we're honest, and yeah, so we'll go with that.
Yeah. There are no POTA police, but the idea is that wherever you are has to be
Well,
accessible
some
to
people
everyone.
think they are, but
Easy beer snack.
I'm
Easy beer
sorry.
snack.
Did my inner
I gotta
voice
go
come
for
out?
Sorry to burst a couple of y'all's bubbles, but there are no POTA police.
There are no official POTA police.
There are-
we
Oh,
go.
there you go.
This
So-
is where I go get another drink, boys. I'll be back.
We'll see you in a minute, Daniel. We'll see you in an hour.
He's
All
not
right, so-
kidding. He's not kidding.
So, Matt, the question that I know Carlos is burning to ask, all right? When we say within the boundaries of the park, okay? Now, is that the boundary, say, the same as crossing the boundary to get a touchdown, where you cross the plane of the boundary?
You and all of your equipment must be fully within the confines of the park.
You heard it here first. folks.
How tall is the park?
The park only exists at ground level. I have a private pilot's license, and I've floated the idea of doing some aviation
Sorry,
mobile
Carlos.
activations. But, I was
So Matt, if you're not
So-
familiar, Carlos has a his YouTube channel is Life at Terminal Velocity, and he does QSOs during a skydive
Right, while he's jumping out.
while he's in free fall.
Free fall.
So
You know-
his question was, can he activate a park while he's in free fall over the park?
You know what? If you can do it while skydiving, send
would
me
say
your
do it.
logs. I'll upload them. I don't care what the rules say.
Should that
I'll
be the
upload 'em.
exception? You know, should that be the one? Should that be the one exception to the rule?
Yeah, I mean, come
Really,
on.
he's
Well, so
collecting all
technically-
these calls
You're
and
technically
taking them
within-
to the park.
You're
Yeah.
technically within the boundaries.
rules- yeah, the rules say you have to be on public park property. So it's
Well,
one of
The
those things
airspace
where
is
the
federally
park-
owned.
Yeah, the park. Right, you're above a state park, right? The state doesn't own the airspace above the
Unless
park.
you're over Yellowstone or something like that, then
Well, even
But you know what,
right,
Carlos?
It's
Do
the
it,
FAA,
brother.
So
Just
Carlos.
Just do it.
Car-
Submit
See,
your logs. Who's going to
it's-
argue?
it's-
I made contact with a falling individual above a park. I mean,
I want an award for that.
It does seem, it's that gray area that we have,
Well,
I mean, he'll
the
eventually
rules
be in
of
the park.
POTA are intentionally as simplistic as possible. If you go and look at the rules, I mean, it's like 4 bullet points. There's almost nothing there. And most of it says, obey the law, follow the DX code of conduct, the golden rule. There's not a lot of POTA specific stuff beyond if you want to activate, you need an account and you have to submit logs. That's about the extent of the rules. Everything else is intentionally left up to the discretion of the activators because the situation is just so damn different
right.
from park to park to park to park.
Yes.
There's no way we could ever come up with a set of rules that would actually work everywhere.
So I could take a hot air balloon and tether it to the park and do aeronautical mobile parks.
You have to stay within the boundary.
It would be tethered inside the park.
Of the park.
Inside the park.
It falls under
But if you're over 100 feet from a trailhead, so that's 100 feet vertical and either way, you don't get the Appalachian Trail. Okay, done.
Right, exactly.
Well, and this is why you don't have to submit an essay describing your activation.
Exactly.
With
Just submit your
file,
logs.
right? You send in the log. You say I was there. Upload.
Until the POTA police see something on a video or whatever, and then it just all goes to hell.
That's when you ask that individual that's going, well, he was skydiving. He wasn't inside of the park. He was falling out of an airplane, talking on a radio. Shut up.
Can you do that?
So
but
Sorry if
hold
I blew
on.
somebody's eardrums out.
I was watching on Twitter while I was upstairs. By the way, Dawn
Thank you.
F5SKT, don't worry about your brother here. My wife is bringing me home a DQ Blizzard.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, baby, I'm gonna be eating it here. You're all gonna be jealous. Anyways,
kick you out.
We're always.
I
jealous of
think,
you.
like
We're
I
always
said the
jealous of
other
that
night,
black T-shirt.
hold on. I gotta say, I think when you talk about the rules, like Matt's saying, apply grace, right? Like you don't have to be a policeman here. If the guy's like, you don't know the individual situation. I was told Matt the other night, I was advocating here in Canada, we can have 2 feet of snow, and I said if the guy's crippled and he can't walk, he's disabled. Have some grace. If you can park 105 feet, then let it be. Like if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So there's one of the big debates that rages is about the whole, pass the mic thing. If you've got multiple activators on site at an activation, but only one of them is talking on the radio, and they're going, well, did you get the other guy's call sign or whatever? And people want to argue rules and regs and this, that, and whatever else. And the reality is, it is well within. There's nothing in Part 97 that says you can't talk about another ham, right? There's nothing that stops me from getting on the radio and saying someone else's call sign as long as I'm not identifying myself as them. So the information was exchanged, and it's another one of those things where just exactly what you brought up. Is you never know, you're going to have somebody, maybe they had throat cancer and they have a voice box and they can't talk on phone or whatever else. And you start making rules like that, you end up excluding people that you had no intention of excluding in the process. So that's why we just, here's like the 3 rules. Don't be a jerk and submit your logs. It's pretty much it. And stay legal.
That works.
Legalism, if legalism kills everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Legalese.
Like-
Legalese.
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 And Karens.
But don't ruin the but at the same time, don't intentionally ruin the hobby and everything by being a jack and cheating.
Correct. Yes. All right. So, Carlos, speaking of new things, would a park to park from the same count for extra points? No. It's
not extra.
Still, it's not extra points. All right, unless
But
you're
it
an
does
extra.
count as a park to park.
But we all know you're extra, so we'll go with that.
You can do park to park within the same park. In fact,
We got you a parachute waiver, buddy. Don't push it.
Yeah. It's a pretty
don't push your luck.
common way
Yeah.
for
That's gonna
people
cut your
who are
strings.
working towards. There's a stat that we track in honor of a silent key of N1CC, which is working 10 different bands from 10 different parks. And it's a pretty common thing. People will go to a park with a ham buddy and they'll take their HTs. and log, 1, 2, 3, depending on the HTs, QSOs on the VHF, UHF bands, which is perfectly fine. It's a Part 97 legal QSO between two hams. It counts.
At the end of the day, who really cares?
Shenanigans. Do you know why? This is how Ant gets calls. This is how Ant gets QSOs, because Bean had 6 dB. Bean says this is true. I used to sit with Ant and his call sign, and she always used his call sign, but it was always her QSO. Yeah, no.
CQ POTA, CQ POTA.
Exactly.
Molson.
I wonder if is she the only one that's doing POTA via satellites?
Ooh.
No, there's quite a bit more satellite activity, especially as POTA has grown. The number of POTA ops who have technician licenses has grown, and it's great to see 10 meters coming alive. It's great to see the sort of renewed interest in CW. But satellites are by far and away sort of the best option for all but a select lucky few technicians who live on top of a hill near a major metropolitan area or something and can rack up a lot of 2-meter QSOs.
Matt, let's face it. I think we all know that CW, sideband, and FTA are probably the top three most popular modes. Which can you just out of numbers wise, is there one mode that is number one, or are they still kind of close?
Oh yeah, sideband. Phone.
Sideband is still number one. Okay.
Yeah. It's probably 4-to-1 phone to CW.
Is it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
then
closer.
it's at least that much again, CW to digital.
Okay.
The Smoking
like
has a good question too.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Isn't satellite
I was going to come back to that.
Yeah, there's one in every crowd.
When you're hitting,
it's Ape, it's Ape. He's going to ask the questions because the satellites are
Yes.
bouncing off.
When
all they're
you're-
doing is going over the dome. That's it.
But when you're trying to bounce a signal off of something the size of this, that's going
Is a repeater,
14,000
yes.
miles an hour.
It is the one of
like
the
trying to
very,
catch
very,
Carlos.
very, very few POTA rules is no terrestrial repeaters. You are more than welcome.
Ground
all
station
you-
repeater.
Carlos, there it is. Make yourself a non-terrestrial repeater.
Extraterrestrial. Yeah, believe it or not, I had
That pack got
there
a
was a
little heavier.
ticket came into the POTA help desk. Somebody said, "Well, could I use a repeater at sea?" Like the rule says terrestrial repeaters. What if the repeater's floating out in the ocean? I deleted their account.
So
Very good. Very good.
Like you're
So
not-
so
No.
so Ape, to summarize, I think you still have 950 pounds left to go. Go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of there's a bunch of digital modes. If you run down the list in FL Digi, I think there's at least one QSO for every valid ham mode in there in the POTA database. Somebody probably just ran down the list at a park one day. I'm not sure. I don't know how we'd identify this. I don't know that there are any EME contacts.
Oh,
in the database.
I was going to ask
Listen
that
again.
question. I was going to ask that.
There we go.
There we go.
that was a question that was asked. Because
Brother
the enemy
Don.
gets the ladies.
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
Can you
Don
take
Harmon.
a satellite dish into a park without getting strange looks from?
It depends on the size of the
ranger.
satellite dish. Okay, if you walk in, if you set up a 20-foot dish on the back of your truck, okay, you might get some weird looks. All right, but no, I know some guys that do EME. They have 25 element Yagis.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and
This-
especially the EME game with the newer digital protocols, there's an awful lot in relative terms compared to EME 20 years ago. It's much more practical now to have only one station be able to do the heavy lifting for EME. So you don't both have to have an 80-foot satellite dish sticking out of Cartman. You only have to have one Cartman and then one person with a Yagi or something else like that who can, you still need to run some power.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Ron asks, how many parks are on the moon? I don't think we have any established parks there yet. When we get a base up there, that's a different story.
We have
Lake
no
Tranquility
coordinator for the moon.
Lake
job is-
Tranquility.
I volunteer as tribute, man. I'll coordinate that.
Hold on. If you can bounce it off of Lake Tranquility, get a park to park to Lake Tranquility, you're good to go. All right?
Yeah.
You get all the points right there. One QSO to activate the moon. That's all it is.
Yeah, I just want to know how long it's going to take WinLink to upload your log from the moon.
Well, that's what 10 gig. That's what 10 gigs is for.
Yeah.
You know what? Wouldn't that be amazing if the Ham Radio community fundraised enough money to send Ham up on a commercial flight?
Oh, of
to
course.
Space? That would be fantastic. Oh man, how much is that?
They could do QSOs the entire time.
Somebody look into how much it is to send somebody up on Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk's
I'm not
flight.
going up on the phallic rocket.
No. You want to go on the Sputnik or something like that?
I'd rather go on
The
SpaceX.
Sputnik. Ooh.
Get a little further into that kilo and see how you
Sorry, Joe. Joe's just shaking
Plasma
his head.
storm. I want to sit
allergies,
in a
right?
park with a tinfoil hat and a satellite dish. Call out Mort Calling Olsen. CQ POTA. For all you younger people, that's a Robin Williams joke from Mork and Mindy.
I need to start answering my my park to parks with Nano Nano.
Nanu.
Nano Nano, go ahead.
Ooh, here you go. So we have a worked all states, right? For POTA, right? How about that one for all our Canadian northern? Is there a worked all provinces or worked all?
There is. In fact, there's supposed to be the equivalent to worked all states for, well, pretty much for every country. It's up to the mapping coordinator for that country to figure out what worked all means for that country. But I'll tell you, we've got 2 activators over in Japan who have sort of a friendly co-opetition going on to see who can work the most things. They're working towards having activated every, and I apologize to anyone from the Japanese audience who's watching this. I don't know exactly what your territories are called over there, prefectures or provinces or whatever, but they're actively
the whole
working
island
towards getting all of them lit up. So
It's not islands on the air.
Light up the island. We light it.
But speaking of
Shut
islands
up,
on the
your
air,
snack.
or lighthouses or whatever, there is no no preclusion anywhere in the POTA rules, at least. You are more than welcome to co-activate a summit or an island or a lighthouse or a warship or whatever else is on the air that happens to have a park there. Knock yourselves out. That's actually pretty common.
So there may be some people who
Beer snack, God bless you.
You okay, buddy? You're not choking
Oh,
when they
no,
call
he's
911? Okay.
Oh,
I
come
know.
on. I'm
I
not.
know.
I am not doing. I am not
Somebody
doing
get
mouth
that
to
man
mouth.
an AED.
I am not
He's
doing
gonna need a
mouth to
jump
mouth.
start. So, for those of you that are new to maybe we got some new people
Molson, go over there. Molson, go over there. Give
He
him
looks like he's
going
gonna choke on vomit. That's how hard he's laughing.
This is where we need Scout 75 up here now to imitate him.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
Yeah.
For those of you that missed it, the podcast will be uploaded tomorrow sometime. So for those that may be new or may have just discovered POTA from this live stream, you can go to pota.app, and there's a map feature, and it will show you what entities are around you, what entities may be near a vacation spot that you're going to. I'm planning a trip to Costa Rica, and I found some parks that are really close to where I'm going to be at. So yeah, POTA.app, and then you can sign up at parksontheair.com. I believe is the
You can actually
account creation.
You can pretty much do everything at POTA.app at this point. The only thing left over at Parks on the Air is all of the the playlists for the training videos and
Right.
the Activators guides. All of the help in getting started material is over there.
And I think the radar application's still over there too.
Yeah, I don't know when that's moving.
But let us not
It's,
forget. But let us not forget YouTube, our ham fam of Ham Radio 2.0, and so many other people have got some great videos out there.
Oh yeah.
From the beginner to the intermediate. Mike KAMRD's got some great stuff. We all do. I got some old vintage stuff. We all Shane.
Matt's
you do.
got some great videos on doing POTA. You had a
That's right.
van set
That's
up.
right.
I think was the one that I scanned across last time.
Yeah, my excursion
That's
out
right.
in
I forgot
the
about
snow.
that. Yeah. But there's so much out there. So pick your poison of how you want to get the information. But read the rules. It's such a shame because I know on the Facebook Parks on the Air group page, I see a lot of questions that come up, and the answers are already there, folks. Come on, do a little homework.
Are you asking people to search the Facebook group before they ask a question?
No,
I'm not-
we're
no.
asking them. We're asking them to
Shane, you're gonna get a slap.
to read the FAQ document that is
Which is
posted
perfect.
Frequently asked questions? What?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna ask a question.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. It's gonna ask a question, and they're already answered.
Yeah.
But if you still have questions, about the fucking asked questions, then you're good.
It's a question.
Yeah.
It's a question about the question.
Yeah.
Well, and again, under the category of the goal here is to have fun. I would rather have somebody ask a question, even if it has been answered enough times to be a frequently asked question, and get the answer and go out there and enjoy themselves. Then
That is true. That
sit
is
there
true.
and stew about it, or do it wrong and find out too late they were doing it wrong or whatever.
As well as sometimes too, maybe it also helps as a refresher course. Just
I have
some of those-
I have a stupid frequently asked question.
Yes.
So actually, before we move any further, we need to make a motion here.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So I'm going to make a motion that we add November 3 November Whiskey Victor as an honorary member to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Second it.
Second.
There we go.
All in favor?
All in favor. Cheers.
Cheers,
All
gentlemen.
opposed? Shut it.
Well. So welcome, my friends.
Now I
Welcome
feel like
back.
I should upgrade my beverage from the coffee.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
That's for Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
There we go.
Happy hour, yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no, beer snack. No.
This is a
So-
really good.
So,
Is it really good, Molson? What
This is like
flavor?
amazing.
At least one
All right.
flavor.
This is
What flavor
Oreo.
is it?
So, all right, Matt.
Oreo.
Oh yeah.
While,
the
while
cost
you're
of
here,
Canada?
Matt, we got a question for you. All right. Last year during a Support Your Parks event, Whiskey 2 HRC did a slash numbers.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I promised them I'd be good tonight. I'm gonna be good. I promise.
So
Help me out here.
What you
Hold
have
on.
to remember is that
greatest ever.
rule number one for POTA is to be legal. So
Yes.
if you are required to use a prefix, a suffix, an alias, a pseudonym, a code name, whatever, by your local jurisdiction while you are on air because of where you are or what felony you've committed, then by all means do so. However, POTA logs are not legally binding in any way, shape, or form. So please, pretty please, with bourbon on top, submit your logs with both your call sign and the other folks' call signs just as the call signs. Because the vast majority, like all of the tickets that we get in the help desk about, hey, I worked this thing and I didn't get credit for it.
Steve.
I can
true-
vouch for this.
Help us
Okay,
out.
all right.
Steve
They trace
is our
back,
help desk
they trace
liaison.
back to one of two things. The most common thing is that somebody submitted a call with a /P or a /M or a /6 or whatever, and then the corresponding person does not have that variation of their call sign in their POTA profile.
Okay.
we may, from a database code perspective, someday be able to sort of be smarter than the exact match system we have today. But
Okay.
that's on someone else to do that. I will tell you, and I probably shouldn't say this because last thing we need is yet another can of worms.
Just say it. Just
But
say it.
It's a clubhouse.
The
Nothing's held
second
back.
most
That's
common
exactly.
cause of people not getting credit for stuff they think they're supposed to get credit for is a logging mistake. Somebody fat-fingered the call sign either in the park or when they were transcribing it later, and the vast majority of those turn out to be paper loggers.
Yep.
The people using electronic logging
Well,
in
I
the
caught
field
over,
have
Shane.
like databases and stuff that help. Now, I don't want to start a religious war here.
You already did. You
Wait,
already did.
wait.
I already did.
Matt, the gentleman who is to your right, okay, Don, he himself has just converted over to a digital logging system.
Last year. I did it last year.
Well, and so to be fair, right, I have my two
be
kits. I
fair,
have my
sorry, gotta do
QRO
it.
kit that I take out, that I have my Surface laptop and my
Yes.
AC log, and you'll pry it out of my cold dead hands. But when I take the KX2 on the bike, I don't have room. So the paper and the pencil, that's how I log with the QRP setup. So
Read your
time
own
and place-
handwriting.
But I'm not, I know even just from my own experience, yeah, you always have that possibility of a gremlin will sneak into your e-log and you'll come home with nothing. That is a thing. It has happened to people.
Yes.
But if the goal is to get accurate information into the database, not just to come home with a log, then paper's got its charms. There's lots and lots and lots of places you can write something down wrong and not find out until it's too late. So the bottom line is there is no perfect solution, and I wish people would quit trying to, claim
Stop
that their
trying to
logging solution
overcomplicate it.
is
Please.
Keep it
stop.
simple.
foolproof, because
wait,
nothing
wait.
is foolproof. The fools are too ingenious.
Listen, you can say it could be the simplest thing as print your name, okay? And somebody will screw it up and type YOURNAME, okay? That's what they will do.
Never fail.
But we'll go with that. So whenever I log in, I get this. Okay, N3VEM. Whenever
You should recognize that.
That
Who's that guy? Who is
that
it?
guy.
Who
That
is
guy.
he? Who
So whenever you you get a red pop-up. If this red pop-up, I don't know, you might have to contact the help desk straight away. So
Or go see the closest clinic.
I was just
Yes.
put some cream on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
that needs to be diagnosed right away. Go see somebody right away.
For those that don't know, that is
Definitely.
Vance.
Definitely show it to your wife and see what she thinks.
Vance is another one of the fantastic folks, puts out the monthly stats update, which I need to publish. I got that sitting in my inbox. Vance, thank you so much for all that you do with Parks on the Air. Matt, thank you
Vance.
so much for all that
Yes,
you do with
Matt.
Parks on the Air.
Oh,
You
I'm
guys
happy to
are
do it. I get a
killing
lot
it.
more. I get a lot more out of it than I put in, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not a real tough gig.
I mean, celebrate the wins.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway,
Hey, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Serious question.
A post Blizzard question.
Oh,
How-
hold on. Stop, Daniel. Daniel, keep eating your
Why do you-
Blizzard.
why do you
No,
always
keep eating
interrupt?
your Blizzard. Keep eating
Why
your
the hell
Blizzard.
do you always interrupt? Why do you always interrupt? I'm dead serious here.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Go ahead.
Okay. How many Hunter awards do you have?
how many Hunter awards do I have?
Him
Now,
personally?
Now, wait,
or
wait,
the-
wait. Hold
or-
on,
or
hold on.
the-
No. I
Him?
mean,
Okay.
Or the
So,
program.
the program.
Okay. 5?
There are. Oh no, there's at least a dozen.
No, there's got to be a hell of a lot more than that.
Well, it depends. Oh, so it depends how you count them. So
See.
if you count each and every sort of like level of you worked more and more and more parks
Right.
as a separate award, then there are, possibly 7,000 of those, based on just how many parks are in the system. Like I just got my Hunter award for 1,500 unique parks.
Wow. That's cool.
there's the worked all state stuff, but there's
He's brewing. Molson's brewing.
and I think we should have called them achievements
Molson
rather than
mel-
awards.
Molson
I
is
think
melting that ice cream on its own.
They're much more analogous to like you unlock this thing in a video game than they are really awards. But regardless, you can get
achievements. Achievements.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
See, everybody gets an
frequently
achievement. Not everybody gets a trophy. There you go, Daniel.
Yeah.
No, because I'm going to be quiet.
No.
Matt, can I speak honestly with you?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I've made 166 QSOs with 139 parks. I got 9 awards. I
call that winning.
I call that kind of like participation trophies. That's what I call
the initial. He's got a point. The initial, right? The initial hunter. It goes
10,
in 10s,
20, 30.
Right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. Right? But once you get to 100, now you got to get to 200 and 300 and 400 and 500.
Oh, okay.
Once you get to 1,000, you got to get to 1,500 and 2,000 and 2,500. So like any good video game, the first couple of achievements are easy to unlock so that as a noob, you don't be totally crushed by the fact that you can't accomplish anything.
I get it. It's like going from dating to married, right?
As
It
you
becomes
play the
less.
So it's like your first kiss, and then we work our way.
So wait. So hold on a
Okay, I
second,
get
Daniel.
it.
So when
I
you
get it.
die, in the video game, it's starting over, right? It's just like it's just getting divorced is dating and dying,
Right.
In the video game.
In POTA
Anyway,
is you send me a ticket asking about waterborne repeaters and get your account deleted, and then you start over.
So Ham DeLorean Radio says God didn't give Moses the 10 Commandments. He was just turning Izzo's logbook into a
I give you these 15
contest.
10 commandments. For those of you that get the reference, you are my people.
Yes, you are.
So the question comes in. Hold on. Is there a dress code, and do you need a hat with your call sign? Smoke an ape. The answer, I believe, is no. And he also states
No,
that
you
parchment...
can wear your usual orange jumpsuit with the number on it.
I fit right in.
Yes.
And parchment
way-
San
and quill.
Quentin it is.
Parchment and
By the way-
quill is the
think it's
best logging app. There you go.
I think it's important to clarify. I've never served a day. It's just sarcasm, people. All right.
We know.
Oh,
Hey, listen.
Okay.
I've been to jail. Shut up.
There's a first for everything. Don't worry about it.
I'm still looking for that episode, Shane. I know it's out there somewhere.
No. That's a story when we actually finally get to meet in person.
What is that?
You are my
Vegas
people.
lockup?
There you go.
You are my
listen,
people. Hold on.
Listen,
Hold on.
listen,
Here we go.
Molson, it can't be any worse than you stealing from the 5 and dime store.
There you
let's-
go.
listen,
Right.
And I'm just going to leave it right there.
I was like 3 years old, Don.
I know. And you took off on a tricycle.
Yeah. At least I did it in style. You know what? You know what? A 3-year-old tricycle is like the equivalent of like an El Camino. You know, like it's.
El Camino. All right, so hold on. Can we get back to a serious question for a moment? There's Beer Snack asking a serious question.
Yeah.
There we go.
Somebody better screenshot this.
Or quick, take this out and record this, Matt. Yep. Scout, who finally retrieved his antenna out of a tree. What is the ETA for being able to upload your own logs? What is the ETA?
Soon, grasshopper. Soon.
Nice. Very nice.
Then Steve's going to be bored.
What's the definition of
No,
soon?
not-
I don't know.
What's the
I was about to say soon like tomorrow, soon like next month, soon
Not
like next
soon-
year.
Not soon like tomorrow. Not soon like, oh yeah, someday. Somewhere in between those two.
Okay, all right. So from
Fourth
now to
quarter.
forever.
We'll set a benchmark.
Yeah. So, well, the only
Four
reason
score
I'm
and
being
7
vague
years
about
ago.
this is because I'm lazy when it comes to attending the dev meetings, and so I don't actually know more than that. If Van
Yep.
is still in the comments and wants to drop in some actual information, he could do that. But I can tell you that this is the number one priority of the dev team, is to get this log stuff to the point where it's
Self-upload?
Not only can, right. And then, there's going to be the inevitable, what will the folks who make logging programs then do with that capability on the back end? So we'll see.
And Vance, you're welcome to join the show if you like. Just shoot me a quick email over to hamradioclubhouse@gmail.com and I'll send you back the link.
Hey, Steve.
Yep.
Don't worry, you won't get bored because you'll still get all our logs.
And Ham Radio 2.0 and Frank's and
Yeah.
Very good, Lauren.
Matt, this is an ongoing joke with the clubhouse because Scout was doing POTA and his end-fed half-wave got stuck in a tree, and seeing that he lives up in the Arctic Circle, it's been frozen up there for the entire winter. So he's just now had enough thaw where he could go and retrieve his end-fed half-wave from the park.
There you go.
I told him,
and I'm looking for a video for that.
I told him, just leave it up there.
Yeah, well, that's
Plug
yet
and play.
another one of those ongoing debates, which, what did we do before Facebook and we could have these pointless arguments? But the people who
We set on 80 meters.
live in a place, yeah, right.
Sorry.
The people who live in a place where either there are no trees or whatever, versus the people who live north of the Arctic Circle. And this is another great example of why there aren't POTA specific rules about whether or not it's okay to throw a wire in a tree, because it depends. For me, the rangers have helped me deploy the antenna in the trees in the Western PA state parks. Try it in the cherry trees on the National Mall and see how far you get.
Yeah.
It's time and place.
A ranger asked me to put my beer away. So, I mean, they're very helpful individuals.
That's why you got to when you get the beer, you got to take an old Coke can, cut the bottom off, and slide it over the top of the beer.
No,
it looks like a
explain,
Coke.
This is not a beer. This is the weight for my antenna roll.
It's holding my antenna.
This is my emotional support beverage.
I think Matt just described a viral video. Like, I would love to see a video of somebody hanging an end-fed half-wave in one of the cherry trees on the National Mall, or the Blossom, whatever it is. I think it'd be amazing. Hey, Pat, Whiskey Alpha 7 PBE, why don't you do that, buddy? That'd be a great video.
Yeah,
it would.
Hanging might be a poor choice of words for what
that
would
will
happen
get you.
there.
That will get you into Sam Quentin real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, having said that, we have
And Molson
had,
will be your bunkmate.
I hate you,
we've
Daniel.
had a lot of activations from the National Mall. It's happened numerous times, so it can be done. Just not with a wire in a tree.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
There he is.
There's a story there. So there's a story there.
So so POTA by example, Whiskey Alpha 7, Papa Bravo Echo, is Pat. He says, this is a challenge, Daniel. Go ahead. Pat, I want to see you get a you know what? If you could do an NVIS between, just running your line across all of the cherry trees down the National Mall, let's see what happens.
Hold on, guys. I got to interrupt this right now. This is an important moment to put out a disclaimer. Ham Radio Clubhouse does not claim liability for any stupid actions that you take. And good luck. That's all I got to say.
You're on your own.
And we're not going to bail you. We're not going to bail you out, guys. I don't care how much coffee money we get.
Yeah. The official word from the Parks on the Air program is rule number 1 is you have to be legal. And that does not just mean Part 97. It means you have to follow each and every rule as prescribed by the park that you happen to be in. And FYI, the rules of the park are whatever the ranger says they are. If you want to argue it, make an appointment with the park manager during a weekday or whatever else. Don't get into it with a ranger.
Liberty Cave. There is a permit requirement to use radios in national parks. It is in the test questions. I don't remember seeing it, but yes, okay. For national parks, United States national parks. You need to talk to. You need to go in and get that. Let's see. Hold on. There was another one. My beer identifies as a Coke. Thank you, James.
While
Ham
you're
Radio
looking,
Adventure Guy.
while you're looking there, Bear Snack, I will tell you, I can attest to, and
Joe,
maybe
is it raining?
Some of the other
Yes.
Connecticut people here in the chat. Thank you, Joe. I thought he was making Jiffy Pop. I have found the Rangers to be very helpful, and kudos to the ones here in the state of Connecticut. So thank you if you're watching.
Yeah, I mean, the reports we get by and large are the Rangers understand that the park is for public use and hams are a part of the public. So as long as you're not bringing in some noisy generator or damaging the trees or tearing up the lawn or, occupying a pavilion that's supposed to seat 80 by yourself, they're by and large pretty accommodating.
They are.
Just chat with them. That's a big thing. Just chat with them. They're all pretty cool people.
They
That's
are.
all the ones that I've met.
You do not need a permit for national parks in D.C. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it looks like you got to check with the park themselves, whoever's in charge of that park.
At the MPs, yeah.
Yeah, DC is funny because like individual monuments and stuff you can literally be okay on this piece of grass and in trouble on that piece of grass 3 feet away. It's exactly what you would expect of DC.
Vance, next
happens.
time we will get you in here while you're not winding toroids in bed or something.
He said he'd volunteer to join in, but he's watching. He's on kiddos duty. He said
Next
duty.
time.
Let
We'll
us
get
know.
him. Duty.
Yeah.
We'll get him next time.
Let us know when you found Nemo.
Yes.
The interesting thing.
He's good. I like this guy, Matt.
The interesting thing with the conversation about like rules and like all the logs and everything is that POTA is 100% about integrity of the operator. Like that's really what it should, because really at the end of the day, when you move on to the the user uploading their own log, like no one's verified, no one's asking for geolocations, nobody asking for pictures. It's all about your word, and it's about the integrity of the operator.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
And so, like at the end of the day, if the operator, if they are going to cheat and do whatever, me hunting, I'm never going to find out that you're cheating. The only person that you're really affecting is yourself. Like, and really, if you can live, and this is just my honest observation, if you have no problem cheating and your conscience is fine, then no rules are going to hold you in line. Like none,
Yeah.
And so really it comes down to I would hope that every operator operates with integrity and has character and good character, and we just have fun, like it's such a very different dynamic than most other. No, because like every other activity or contest is all like verified, right? And so what's cool is, I'm not saying that it should change. I think it's great the way it is, but it's really a test of people's integrity, character, right? Like it's very interesting to
well, it's not like I'm sitting here going, I'm not sitting here going CQ POTA 1 Echo, SNJ,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Right.
no,
Good point.
Daniel's got a point, and I think it's it's a testament to these days. It's easy to get sort of snowed under the negativity.
Right.
And yet here we are in a group of 20,000 plus hams that works entirely on the honor system, and it works.
Exactly.
That's good
Yes.
news.
Yeah.
Yes.
We found 20,000 honest people.
Nothing wrong with that.
But we've got enough honest people that it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Lindsay Hicks says, all
And
right.
I'm going to
it is
say,
about
hi, Bill.
integrity.
That's not a segue from the last point.
I was just going to say, what happened to Bill?
Yeah.
Listen,
Great guy.
Ham Radio Venture guy keeps on asking about cow arming. Now, if anybody doesn't know what cow arming is, that's where they put on the long gloves and they help cows out do different things like drop their milk or inseminate. Now, that's a different organization. That's called is it called PETA in the United States?
That's a whole
Like
different
that's
show.
not POTA, that's PETA, right? PETA? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
PETA
PETA.
again?
People,
PETA.
people eat tasty animals. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So different. We'll get them on in a couple of years, okay? Ham Radio Venture guy. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife is a veterinarian, so
Swear, I thought you were going to say vegetarian.
No.
Ah,
Now, well, Matt,
She's a veterinarian, so we actually have a box of those gloves somewhere in the garage.
No,
It's,
Pow Pat gloves.
It's
Palpate gloves, I think they're called.
so Matt, my son works at a dairy farm. He's 15. He's going on 16. He works a lot, and he called me at work one day, and he's like, "Dad, guess what I got to do?" I'm like, "What, man?" He's like, "I got the cow and arm a cow," and I'm like, "Okay, this is like exactly what every dad wishes to hear from his kid." Like,
Right,
yeah.
I mean, it could be worse.
it's a rite of
He,
passage.
he could have said I was doing an 8-ball outside the library, but
the
you
day
know.
your son comes home and says, "Dad, I got to tell you, I
Is
knocked
that where the
up a
kilo
cow."
comes from?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
waiting.
hold on.
I'm waiting.
Pause.
I'm
Sad
waiting.
day.
Shh, quiet. We have an event. Lindsay Hicks. On a side note, my brother passed tech and general on
Nice.
Saturday.
Congratulations.
Lindsay. Congratulations. Welcome
That's
to
awesome.
the hobby.
Was he in the park on Sunday?
That's a great question, Lindsay.
is a
Let's
question.
see it.
Hey, Lindsay
And I
was-
want to say a special shout out to the 81 people who are joining us tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Well, we might be, but it wouldn't be as
And
fun.
when you guys are ready, Matt's got to put his seatbelt on. Because I got
Oh,
some
we got the rapid round.
rapid fire question round.
Yeah.
Before you go the rapid round, all right.
You might need to get a drink refill, Matt.
I'll be all right.
I'm gonna go get a drink refill, but first I got a question, Matt. What's
Sound like
this
you need
weekend?
one.
What's coming up this weekend for POTA?
We skipped over
Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the Spring Support Your Parks weekend, which is, well, to be honest with you, it's a lot like every other weekend in POTA. It's just, it's just a little extra motivation. There's an additional participation trophy that you'll be awarded if you do in fact do some POTA stuff during Saturday and Sunday UTC.
Molson, you still have an opportunity for it.
I love this guy. This guy's amazing. I love him. I'm like I'm a POTA fan now.
We converted you.
Forget dance. I like Matt.
Sorry
It
about
only
that,
took
Vance.
55 shows.
Yeah.
You just picture him right in the middle of changing a diaper or something when he hears those words.
Yes.
and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is a good day.
That son of a
Well,
So,
No,
So-
the Support Your Parks weekends are they're part of a whole other sort of structure that's in place to try and help out people who have really limited time to
Yes.
participate in their hobbies, to give them a time to say, all right, if I can only carve out like one day this quarter to go out to the park and do an activation or whatever, because I work 6 days a week or whatever. This is as good a weekend as any, because there'll just be that many more activators out there for Park to Parks and that many more hunters paying attention. And other than that, the rules are the same and there's no trophies or winner or anything like that. But there will be heightened awareness of POTA and its activities this weekend.
So what you're saying is we're going to go from a yellow to an orange level of POTA awareness?
Sure. Sure. We're going to DEF CON 3.
I like seeing when the bands light up for the QSO parties and for the DX contest. I
What
want
bands? They're
POTA
all
to
dead.
do that. I want POTA to do that. On those weekends, it is nothing but POTA from wall to wall.
Well,
Yes.
I'll
Except
tell
for
you-
except for 114,300 and 7188
And
7200.
and
well, the other two are-
14,200 and 7,200, and yeah, that's there's another. I wish I got to save one of these. That once a month we get an email at the help desk with a list of frequencies POTA activators should avoid.
Oh, God.
And I always think the same thing. Wouldn't it be easier to just avoid you? Like, well,
I thought they
right.
should delete their account.
They don't have accounts.
take
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
right. They
Matt.
have tuners though.
Can you read the question below, please?
So
I meant to say out loud.
So Mike N8YO says,
got a good
I got
question.
Go ahead.
I heard a while back that plaques were being considered for the non-summer Support Your Parks weekends. Where's that stand? Last I heard, the answer that Vance has got up on the screen now is better than the one I was going to give you.
It's official. No, what you're telling me it's only official if it comes out of Vance's mouth.
No, well, so the plaques, there's a cost associated with those,
Of course.
and so there's some sponsorship that has to be rounded up. So there's details there,
Silence,
and that
Shane.
is the one. I'll go on record as saying there's some discussion about maybe for those specific events where there really is a thing that gets handed out, somebody in this category or that one or whatever could count themselves as a winner of something. Maybe those don't belong on the work bands.
So you're saying we could do a W2 HRC plaque sponsored by the clubhouse?
I was going to say the same thing. That's amazing.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
Can we make it the
you know,
club? Can we make it the club plaque? And then
Yes!
we'll reactivate the most parks, and we get the plaque to ourselves. Is that what you're aiming for,
No,
Shane?
no.
No,
I was at
that's
the
a
dentist this
participation
week, so I
thing.
don't think award when I think plaque, but
All right,
Or plaque psoriasis, or
yeah, it's nothing good.
there it is. There's another channel to avoid.
Right.
14313. Avoid that at all costs. And then we have
he sent
a
a very
question.
stern email, I think.
Yes. So here's the question, Angelo Franzoni. What's on
I'll answer to that.
7188? Daniel, take it away.
All right. So I was calling CQ one evening, and some guy came on at 9:45 and said, "Hey, by the way, at 10 o'clock every night for the last 20 years, we've had the friendly net or something like that." Well, from that point on in his conversation, I would consider him very unfriendly, but it's just this idea that he just got on and gave his whole spiel about, indoctrination, about how they own the frequency, and it's become a running joke since then. So, that's what's on 7.188.
To anybody who's a net control for a long-running net, if you explain very simply that you have a net coming up and would you be willing to QSY to another frequency, 99.9% of the people will go, yeah, sure, no problem, and they'll move, and that'll be the end of it.
As well as
Why?
Just don't be an asshole.
No.
That's it.
And 100% of us will log that in that
As a
NCN
contact.
as a
Right.
contact.
Right.
Yes.
And you're right. And you'll get a QSO out of it.
Well, I told him, I said, listen, man, I don't need a sermon. You just had to tell me that you had a net coming up, and I'd
Really?
be more
And
than
most
happy
of-
to move over.
And
But
you're
now
a
I
friendly
feel
guy.
like,
Mostly you're a friendly guy.
yeah,
Most of the time.
Do you think I'm gonna get on the radio and start ragging someone out for ragging me out? I just told him, I said, dude, I don't need a sermon. You just got to tell me, all right?
Just
I'll
give
be
me a
honest.
certificate. Just give me a certificate
Listen.
for attending.
The band plan, okay, is not gospel. It is guidance, okay? Nobody owns a frequency. But Don is correct. You'll start talking, and all of a sudden you hear SSTV come over, and you can't do anything about it because they operate at 15 to 17,000 watts.
Well, and I would argue you don't necessarily need to avoid 14230. You just need to operate SSTV if you're there.
Yeah, there you go.
There
SSTV
you go. That's
parks
your
on the
answer.
air.
That is your answer. Right
And a
there.
beautiful picture of the park and your setup with
Speaking
your
of,
CQ message.
is there anybody doing SSTV with POTA?
Sure.
N5SKT, I bet you will be next weekend.
He's probably got that.
And
he's probably going to be
James-
sending that Molson photo that just showed up in the clubhouse
Oh,
chat.
no.
Licking that spoon.
Listen,
Li-
you guys
live from
like
San Quentin.
you guys like to say razz me. That's okay. That's all right.
That's
But
what
listen,
you're
I-
here for.
there's something I wanted to talk about tonight, but it's
Well, do
just too hot of a topic, and I don't think it'd be good to talk about it tonight.
Well, we're a quarter till, so can you put it in 15 minutes or
And everybody's
minutes?
invested now.
Or
I'm not-
afterwards?
I'm not going to talk about it tonight.
All right,
Sometimes, maturity means you don't talk about it.
You're such a buzzkill.
you brought it up.
Are you sure you're from the clubhouse? Or you been on our streams before?
Wait. You know what? Wait, Shane, he might jump in after chat and talk about it there, where he could be a little more free.
That's true. For those of
So
you
we
who are
got-
not aware, we do have on our Discord, we do have a voice chat, video chat. Video is only 25, voice we like to keep it there so that everybody can come hang out. we'd like to go and hang out, and you can talk about things that are too spicy. For the,
There's something I want to
YouTube
talk
show.
about sometime. I think we're going to do it on
Okay.
our next show. We because we didn't hear from Matt at first. I think we heard from you today, Matt. You know, you gotta pick up your response time to emails. But we were gonna. Well, listen. If I guess from what I
Make
from
sure
what I
I've
hear,
got your call
POTA
sign right in the rule set here.
Molson's POTA account just got
Your
deleted, did it?
account's now deleted.
Yeah. How many zeros did you say were in there?
Anyway, so like I was saying, Karen. No. What was I
You
gonna
gonna take
say?
that from
No. No. I was gonna say.
Purge.
I would like to, when we talk about digital, I like to talk about the difference at one point, and I talked about it in an after chats or a chat sometime. Like, it seems like proprietary sort of whatever is being conflicted. You know, like, how would I say it, Shane? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
we
so
have
you're talking
digital
about-
modes,
Yeah,
and then there's proprietary. You know,
like DMR and System
DMR and
Fusion,
stuff.
and yeah,
They're
And-
technically not
and-
proprietary.
no, but it's
They're
just the idea that like so when
manufacturers
me
specific.
as a ham, I'm like, okay, man, I want to, you know, my buddy says get on DMR. What about DMR? And then 5 other buddies are like, oh, I'm on this one, and so like here you are, it's either you buy 3 radios, you got to build a little node, and it's like, I wish it was all the same.
did that Blizzard really went to your head?
Well, yeah, but
He
it's
did.
such a
He's all
weird-
sugared up now. God, he's not going to be sleeping tonight. Dang it! Somebody call his wife and tell her not to do this anymore. No more sugar before bedtime.
Yeah.
Leave it to
Seriously.
Wayne.
So I had a lot of whiskey, and then I had this. So no, but like it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's like I don't even want to buy anything now because what do I buy? Then I bought the wrong one.
Just buy them all. Buy them all. You can never have too many. So we've got Support Your Parks weekend this weekend.
I have
Right.
an announcement about that, by the way.
So
What's
you're going to
your
be going
announcement?
somewhere.
Yes.
I actually have something I'm doing with
Okay.
my local club that I've been working on, and I got to call the president because we have to sit down and do stuff. But that's Saturday morning. I will be at the Delaware Raritan Canal, and it's not going to be the same place I was last time, but Delaware Raritan Canal is huge. We'll be in the Kingston area. The N2RE, David Sarnoff Radio Club. We will be at one of the locks. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. If you want, go to n2re.org. You'll be able to
Bagels
find
and
it there.
lox?
Not those kind of not those kind of locks.
Not the locks with the
Tom.
bagels?
Not the good locks. We're talking about canal locks, right? So we'll be there.
Cannoli.
Yes. So I'm going to be there hanging out with them and doing another POTA event with them to, hopefully further more of the previous generation into POTA. And hopefully that gets working on. Shane, what do you got?
Will you film it, Beer Snack?
No.
Please?
No.
Please? You could Elmer
Shane.
someone. We
Shane.
could document that.
Shane, no means
Yes.
no.
Such a letdown. If you are in the greater Texas, I want to say this. Depending
The
on
greater
how,
Texas area.
Yeah, if
Texas.
you're
Wait. So you're talking about
Wait,
from
wait.
Arizona to Alabama and Oklahoma, the
So-
greater Texas area.
Well, if
I
you're
could be at-
motivated to drive,
I
that
could
could
be at
be it.
Joe Brett's house. And
So Saturday, from the time the park opens, I will be there at 5:45, waiting for them to lift the gate to go in. But if you're in the greater North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, if you want to drive to Ray Roberts State Park on Saturday, come join us. Myself, Kay at MRD, Ham Radio 2.0. We're gonna have a POTA event. We're gonna have a couple stations running. We're gonna have the Buddy Hex set up, and we're gonna do a big POTA event. So if you're a tech and you want to get on HF, come do it. If you don't have a license, come on. If you want to check out POTA and see what POTA is all about, Ray Roberts State Park. As early as you want to get there, I will be there when the gates open because I'm going to work some gray line before everybody else gets there.
part of the park? Which part of the park?
We were going to be at the Isle du Bois section in
Thank you.
Pavilion 2, I think.
You have to do this.
Look for the
while
big
you
ass
say that.
antenna. The big ass antenna. Du Bois. I don't name them. I just participate.
And just to piggyback on something Shane just said, if you're a tech and you're interested in just trying out HF, Keep an eye on the POTA spotting page. You find the parks around you, maybe join the Facebook group. I can't imagine a POTA activator who wouldn't be thrilled to have a tech come along and give you some HF exposure.
Absolutely.
Excellent point.
Shane, I just got to correct you on something. When we started the show, we said we're gonna try and give the most accurate information. I just want to remind you that recently Texas was voted the second state freest state after Florida, and you guys did lose the Alamos, so it's not Greater Texas. Just want to say that,
so we that battle was lost, and we were pissed. So we went to the river the next day and stomped a mud hole in somebody's ass.
I got a serious question. Molson does Molson have a halo over his head, or is that a cold compress?
He's trying not to get it.
That's part. No. That's part of his headband. That's part of the headband.
I'm not gonna tell you what I thought it was.
Okay, yeah.
It was soaking up sweat.
So Izzo, Jody said it perfectly, and I'm just gonna segue from this. Okay, Jody says that the variety of digital modes inflicts an unfortunate financial barrier to entry. Dude, I can't even buy a new headset. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to buy for digital mode. So,
except that you could buy an HT for every digital mode there is for like $100 combined.
Can we mute Matt?
Cheaper than any used HF
Matt,
you'll find.
Hold on. Wait, Matt, that's $100 US. You got to remember there's the conversion rate. So that's like
we have the Canadian
$1,500 for Daniel.
That's true. Wait. I've got my Monopoly set over here. I can look that up.
And it has to be smuggled. It has to be smuggled across the border.
Yes, you have to slingshot that across the river.
Our Carlos has to just drop it off while he's at 14,000 feet. Hey guys, let's get into some serious rapid fire questions with Matt.
All right, Don, it's your turn. Don, it's your turn.
Right.
So one last thing before we head over to Don. If anyone is close to Texas and wants to do POTA, I'm good on QRZ. I'm good in Discord. Hit me up. Let's go POTA. Just throwing it out there. Over to you, Izzo, for our fantastic evening ending event.
Matt, this is customary with all of our new inductees. So, you ready?
Absolutely.
Get ready.
Bye.
All right. What's your favorite band?
Used to be Van Halen. I've been listening to Five Finger Death.
Yes!
Oh, you ate one too.
Finally!
Nice. Good.
Here's the second one to do it, but he's the only one to do it on purpose.
Yeah.
How do you like your steak?
Oh, rare. Pittsburgh rare.
Does that mean mooing? Slightly less horns?
It can moo a little. That's all right. That's foreplay.
Yeah.
Favorite ice cream?
Blueberry.
Blueberry, really?
Blueberry.
Okay.
Milkshake if possible.
Malt or no malt?
Blizzard? No.
I like malt, but not so much with the blueberry.
Beverage, alcoholic beverage. What do you prefer if you want to have like a drink or two or whatever?
I prefer that someone else pays for it.
So you don't care if it's bourbon, tequila,
Shane, how did that feel?
little gin.
Burn a little bit.
Typically, yeah. So I consider myself a gin guy in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a bourbon guy in the winter.
Okay.
And a tequila guy anytime it's good tequila.
Oh,
there you go.
All right, then. You're coming over also. I'm coming
Speaking the language there.
You are.
Very
man.
cool.
You are. Snacks. If you're looking to munch on something.
Salty. Salt.
You don't care.
I don't have a sweet tooth at all, but if it comes in a crinkly bag, it's mine.
Do you like beef jerky?
I do.
What flavor?
Just straight up plain, or I have a real passion for ridiculously spicy food.
Oh my God! I'm going to send you the ghost pepper one from Buc-ee's down here.
I have a bottle of hot sauce about yo big called The End. Which I put on the ropes for my LED Christmas tree, and it made the dogs fall over in the front yard.
Hopefully, if you're good on Curacao, I'm going to send you some ghost pepper jerky from Texas.
Where is Frank? Where is Frank when you need him with those
Frank's
jalapeno
beans.
pops?
Hey, Shane, got a question
for the record. I grew up in Wichita Falls, so
Oh, really? I'm from Bowie, Texas.
there we go.
All right, so hold on. So Matt's talking about hot stuff. Shane, where are you at with that hot sauce challenge? Did you ever make it all the way
I
through all
finished
of them?
it. Yeah,
Did
no,
you?
no. The last two I bowed out of. When I saw my brother crying in the fetal position, I said, "You know what? I'm good.
Fetal position.
Fetal position.
I'm good. You don't need
You
to."
like, Molson likes that, huh? You like that,
Yeah,
Molson?
I mean, my sinuses were cleared out after number 5 or 6, so yeah.
Yeah, stuff that hot goes from the fetal position to the fecal position way too quickly.
A flaming.
If you're
fecal
lucky,
position.
if you're lucky, you're close enough that you can do both at the same time.
It appears that I'm going to be sending beef jerky across state borders.
I don't know, Bean. I don't know, Bean. I like my plain old teriyaki, but I don't know. You're
There's a good
scaring me now.
teriyaki one down here too. When you come down here for field day.
Yeah, I became somewhat of a connoisseur of beef jerky when I dabbled in the Atkins diet. So
There you go. So, I do gotta send out a cheap plug, but a very important plug. So, guys, the YouTuber Hamfest community once again is getting together for Memorial Day weekend, and you're going to be hearing a whole bunch of promotions coming out in probably about the next 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah, shameless plug, but it's a very important plug.
There's a banner you haven't seen in a while.
This is something.
Right?
I'm
If-
glad
if
you did that because I'm pretty sure I agreed to do something that I had.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Our second annual.
Nice.
Third annual.
This is yours the third year.
The third, yeah.
Third, but this will be the second time I'll be having Matt on
it's
my
just
show.
2 for me. I'm
Right.
a noob.
Yeah. But this, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the YouTuber ham community gets together and it's almost non-stop entertainment, learning, fun, everything from batteries to antennas to radios to POTA. We're talking it all. And you learn a lot. And because of the value of YouTube, you can always go back with Team Replay and watch it the next day, a year later, 6 months. It's a wonderful opportunity, in my opinion, for any ham radio operator. Period.
Yeah.
I'll be having Matt on my show for an hour on Saturday, I believe 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Matt, go mark your calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say,
He
email me
knows
that.
it. He knows that.
I know it, but I don't have it written down, which means
Yeah,
it
well,
ain't
you
real
scared
yet.
you scared us. You
Exactly.
scared us that you almost didn't show up tonight. So on Memorial Day weekend, it just might be just Shane and I just hanging out.
Right.
But seriously, guys, a whole bunch of promotions will be coming out in the next, like I said, 2 to 4 weeks. Mark your calendars, have fun, join us throughout the weekend, and have fun watching this stuff.
If you want to see what it's like, I believe the playlist is still up from last year. So if you want
And
to
the
go
year
check out
before.
some, yeah.
And the year
both still
before.
there.
So if you want to go up, I'll put a link to it in the description. if those of you-
YouTubershamfest.com.
Even better.
You know why I know that?
Because you have
Somebody
to
administers
build
it.
You,
Somebody
You built
had
it.
to do
you
stuff.
built that out, so thank you. But,
I got to talk to
no.
Jason. Thanks for reminding me. I'll write a note of that.
Yeah, make a
somewhere.
note. Send him an email.
Talk to Jason about YTHF. Okay.
I think Matt and I should do a live stream together, just drinking and talking. I think that'd be
I'm
great.
totally down.
Anytime.
That would be
down.
amazing.
What
Yeah.
kind of gin do you like?
I'm a gin snob. I'm a Bombay Sapphire Martini kind of a
Ooh,
guy.
Look at you! Wow.
He's
Have
not
you
an
had-
aviation guy.
Have you tried the aviation stuff? I like that.
Yeah, the aviation is pretty good. But you know, my recipe for a martini comes from mash. So you sort of wave the vermouth over it, and it's ready to go.
It's,
Can we still be-
it's juniper in a glass.
Can we still be friends? I like Tanqueray. Is that okay?
No,
I like Beefeater.
we can still be friends, but that's not okay.
Don Turner says Tanqueray. Here I am, the city boy male. Oh, yeah, I grew up drinking Hennessy. No,
Exactly.
That's okay. I got some good tequila for him. I got some real.
There we go. You can redeem yourself with good tequila.
Absolutely.
thank you, Don. Don dropped it in there. YouTubershamfest.com.
Does Don have a wrench where Don can actually make
Yes.
that link? Okay.
You know, if you
I'm
read
not
that,
logged in,
if
so.
you read that too fast, it says Sham Fest.
Hold on, guys.
I mean,
hold on, guys. I got to do a
YouTuber
public service
Shamfest?
announcement.
Nope. Yes.
This is a very important public service announcement. Wade, no one goes to Hamilton if they don't absolutely have to go. Teriyaki place or not. Okay, just saying. Don't go.
Is that
All
a
right,
Canadian
continue.
thing?
Yeah, no one.
It must
don't
be
go.
because none of us know what he's talking about.
Well,
Hey, well,
listen.
listen, wait. He says Hamilton. I'm thinking like the city
play?
like 5 minutes north to me, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like Hamilton.
Tender
What are you doing in my Hamilton?
I'm thinking of the Broadway play.
Yeah. I was like, why are we dogging on performing arts now?
Right.
No, we're not.
It's the one thing we didn't get to. What do you mean?
Right.
Listen,
We've offended
Mol-
everybody else, so
Molson-
why stop?
give
Why
Mol-
stop now?
give Molson a shot. Don't worry.
We are 2 minutes away from the 2 hour mark, so we should probably start wrapping things up. So Daniel, we'll start with you down there, buddy. Are we gonna get any more of that fantastic We Build, We Learn content that we're all craving? We're fiending for it.
Yeah, that's the biggest bunch of nonsense I've ever heard you say there. But I am working on.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm just being sincere, buddy. You're my friend.
So you guys saw the
being
video.
sincere?
I was testing something really different
That was really
to
cool.
do,
That is really cool.
I can't wait
and
to
so
see that.
then that's just a test. So we'll see. Because I figure if I don't put a lot of videos out, I might as well put something out that's a little bit better. So I can't share it. Someday, like you guys know, I'm non-committal. I'll give you a video when I feel like it. Otherwise, I'm just happy to be here tonight. Appreciate all our viewers, and have a great week, and never get your arm stuck in a cow. So that's it.
That is parting words to live by right there.
Unless you're really lonely.
Even then, no, I refuse. I'm not that lonely.
Oh,
Yeah, no kidding.
Molson's right about that one. He's right about that one.
Joe Brett, would you save this train wreck? What you got coming up, buddy?
Well, I'm sitting here in the rain.
I hear that.
It's raining at Joe's house. There's
Yeah,
the difference.
Joe's shack is noisy.
If it will stop raining so I can record another video, I'll have a little product review on some little programming deal and product review coming up on a radio and a review on some software. We got a few things lined up. It's just got to quit raining so I don't get all this noise in my audio.
They make
Enjoy
filters
it
for that.
another night.
Either that or you should get a rubber roof, like we've been talking about for
Yes.
how long?
Yeah.
Wait, don't they have that coating like that you could paint on the top of it?
Yeah, like the
It's,
RV coating. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
rubber roof. Yes, it's exactly what it
It's a rubber coating.
Or just pour plastic dip on it.
Just go to the dollar store, get yourself a
Plastic
couple
dip,
rubber wraps.
Plastic dip won't do it. It's got to be the thick rubber coating.
Well,
Plastic dip
put
is a
2
very
coats
thin
of
layer.
plastic dip on there.
It
I don't know.
won't work.
Harbor Freight's got some pretty cheap tarps. I'm thinking about just stretching a tarp over it.
Hey, that's an idea also.
There you go.
As long as it's not hitting the roof, right?
Yeah, exactly.
and then cycle it down to a 55-gallon drum, and you always have fresh
There you
water.
go.
Look at that. Look at
It's
Izzo.
semi-fresh.
Emergency
semi-
no-
Out of the box.
Emergency no
To the
go
charcoal
holiday.
filter and all.
It's art filter.
Yeah.
Throw some charcoal up there, why don't you?
Yeah.
All right, Steve, buddy.
Yep.
Do we have a timeline of potential expected tower videos?
Between now and later. Between
Now
now,
in the fourth
and later.
quarter?
I can tell you right now,
Along
there's two
with the
things that'll
self-uploading
happen. Wait,
loads with
wait.
blogs
Hold
with
on,
POTA.
Shane. Two things will happen before Shane gets a tower video. They'll have the self-uploaded vlogs, and Ham Radio 2.0 will show us his DX Commander.
I agree. I agree.
That's so true.
He will build the DX Commander.
He was in there.
Love you,
He was in
Jason.
the chat. Thanks, Jason.
Love you, Jason.
Back to you, Steve.
Yeah. So, yeah, probably by Memorial Day it'll be up.
Cool.
That's what I'm shooting for now.
Are you going to do any POTA stuff this weekend?
I will be hunting. I was told I got to go play last weekend in Florida. I don't get to go play this weekend. So, but
The trade-off is
will-
real.
Yep. I will be a repeater owner soon.
Ooh.
So I'll be doing videos on that.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Are you going to put some Echo Link in there so we can harass you via
All-Star,
Texas?
Echo Link.
I
DMR?
am looking at that. If I do digital, it'll be D-Star.
Let us know because Molson needs to buy the right HT. So,
Right. Well, All Star and Echo Link. Yes.
Hey now,
You're an all-star?
Because, yeah.
get your radio on. There we go.
The repeater site happens to be a major ISP.
Oh, even better.
So, and they're the ones putting up the tower for me at that site. And it will be a free location.
Nice. Very good. Partnership.
Hey, free's the best price.
That's
Partnership.
absolutely.
Partnerships are great.
I just have to test a bunch of their people to get amateur radio licenses and allow them to use the repeater.
Hey, it works for me,
whatever.
buddy.
Let me know, Steve.
Oh my God, that means we have more hams.
Oh, no. Oh.
Beer snack, buddy.
What?
We can see you Thursday night on the FT8 off and Tuesday night in the clubhouse, right?
So why do you need to ask me what I'm doing? Seriously.
Because I want you to reiterate that fact. Because remember, I posted this in the POTA Facebook group, so there might be, of the 77 people who are watching right now, there might be some new people who are like, who is Beer Snack? And what does he do?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here and I'm there. Now, so FT8 off on Thursday nights. We hang out, play FT8. It's a sprint for an hour. It's not a contest. We sprint for an hour and try to make as many contacts as we can. There's POTA points. There's soda points. There's
QRP points.
QRP and also DX points. So if you live in United States, you contact Canada. That is DX. If you contact Alaska from United States, from continental United States. So California to Alaska, that's a extra points there. So come hang out. I believe it's on Ham Radio Dude's channel this week. You can check it out, the FT8 off channel in the Toads Discord. You find me here Tuesday nights, just sitting here and, razzing on you guys, razzing on everybody in the chat, and just being my usual sarcastic self. Daniel, shut up.
He looks great.
No, he doesn't. Look, we'll do this, and then we'll do this.
Molson. Oh, you can't make this up.
So, anyway. So, yes, I will be, and this Saturday
It's
I
an
will be
excellent
playing
looking
POTA.
beard you have there,
Does
Daniel.
Molson have an opportunity to get any type of certificates on Thursday night?
On Thursday night, certificates? No, it's
Well, he
a
gets extra
bragging
points.
rights.
He gets extra points for DX if he does US
It's a
states, right?
but it's bragging rights,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a flex. All right, so NF3R, if I'm saying that right, Joel has a flex. All right, Don has a flex too, but except for the fact that Don's flex, he doesn't do 4 or 5 different slices at the same time. He could do 300, 400 points if he really wanted to on 4 slices, but we right now we've been averaging at least 40 people a week. When
That's
we first
awesome.
started, we were down to like 15, 20, and it slowly grew. And it's fun. It's amazing. And yes, the website, Don, thank you for posting this.
There it is.
The meme is the soccer coach saying, "Yes, Kyle, we know you have
We know
a
you
flex."
have a flex. Yes.
Anyway, but yes. And
So
Uber
did we
Geek,
ever get a ruling on if we could use the flex in Costa Rica?
Why not?
Yeah.
He technically owns the station.
Okay. So does Jason's got a flex down there too, I think.
That's the one I'm
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Free game.
Listen, I didn't. It's just like using a remote station here. You got to use the grid square of the location you're transmitting from, right?
Yep.
Aha.
You don't have the best internet in Costa Rica, just saying. You're going to have to be there.
11-meter FT8. If you can get a contact on 11-meter FT8, you win the night, okay?
That would
That's
be
it.
awesome.
That's it.
And
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll catch me here Tuesdays. You'll catch me on FT8 off, when I'm not wiped out from everything else. And no, there is no remote rule as long as you own the station. That is right, Don. Don put it out there. There is no remote rule as long as you own the station. Excuse me. With that being said, Shane.
Don Izzo, my friend. Anything coming up? Are you going to be POTA this weekend?
That is the plan. So, a bunch of the Connecticut people are going to be doing some stuff in Middletown, Connecticut, called Wadsworth Falls. It's a great park. I go there. Last year, I went a lot of times after work. So they're going to be doing some stuff, and then I'm going to break off and do some stuff, solo.
Yeah.
and everything. So I can't wait. I did have some fun on Sunday. I threw the 705 out in the garage and made about a dozen contacts. So I'm getting back going again, and it's the bug is biting again. So,
If there's an itch, you better scratch it.
No, you betcha, pal. But no, thanks to everyone's support. Big shout out to the Raw boys up in the 911 center and our affiliates up there. So rock on, and thank you for your continued support, brothers. And I am wearing the Molson black
Look
t-shirt
at this.
because it got so hot here in the tent. I had to take off the hoodie.
It's not a T-shirt. It's a long sleeve. Get out.
It's
Hey,
a
beer
base-
snack.
It's actually
Beer
my
snack.
base
Can you do
layer.
this?
Daniel.
Can you do this?
No.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. That's
It's
what,
hot down there. It's
That's
hot
from-
there.
yeah, he's doing that because he's been sticking his arm in a cow for how many years? That's why he can do it.
Well, he can do that, no problem. Me, on the other hand, I'm schwitzing a little bit.
All right.
All right, Matt, the floor is yours, my friend. Anything you want to promote? I know you've got a
How's that go?
fantastic,
It ought to be. I spent
last
enough time on it.
fantastic YouTube channel. You have a
Oh,
YouTube
thanks.
community as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got distracted. I've been making all the training videos for POTA, so I haven't been uploading a whole lot of stuff to my channel. I got a satellite antenna tracker rig over here that I have a bunch of footage of that I need to edit up. So that's a ham / Arduino how to leverage ham lib, blah blah blah. It's either going to be epic or it's going to be a series or something, but it's working pretty well.
Excellent.
And yes, tuning a circularly polarized 7-element 70 centimeter beam is a nightmare. So there's
I
that.
look forward to that.
But Matt, please, you are welcome back. Please, don't-
Anytime you want to
on
come
Tuesday
join
night,
us.
You
Yeah,
just want to
no,
take,
it's,
take
it's
a
good group.
break from
And then-
life. You know.
We're going to, I think, coming up over on the POTA channel, we're going to, the next one is probably going to be, there's been a lot of questions about doing POTA activations as a club. What do you have to do to get a club account, and how do you log it, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So that will probably be the next video.
I'm mildly interested in this. Mildly,
Training.
just a little bit. Steve.
I'm wondering who put in that email, Shane.
Not me. Not me at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's a pretty common thing. That's why I got myself sort of on the help desk side of things. Was between Facebook and the help desk, I get a vision. I don't know if it's good or not, but I get at least some insight into the questions that are being asked. So it's a good reference for what should the next training thing be.
Send messages directly to Matt.
Okay, so POTA now has their own YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
I don't think we mentioned that for those that are just watching.
We do.
So I'll link that.
We don't have the custom URL set. We're waiting for the 30-day timer
Right.
past the last subscription, whatever CommieTube makes us do to get that. But yeah, once that ticks down, we'll have a URL that
Thank you,
doesn't
Mike.
look like hieroglyphics.
Mike, thank you for the super chat, my friend.
Thank you, Matt.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
Or Mike, rather.
Appreciate
Thank you
that.
so much.
Yeah, I'll come hang out. It's a good time.
Anytime. You are
Shane?
welcome, my friend.
Hey, Shane, can I
Yes,
just throw in a 10-second shameless plug?
Always.
Thank. Hey, seriously, folks, this is I think it was Liberty Cave or Jody. Jody brought this up. This is National Telecommunicators Week, where all the 911 operators around the country, around the world, get recognized for their duty. As being one, as well as many of my fellow 911 operators, I just want to say thank you. It's always an honor to work with you. We have some great times in the 911 center, and sometimes we don't have some good times. But it is an honor to work with the public and then work with police, fire, EMS, and all our mutual aid partners to get those services to where they are needed. And it's sometimes it's not an easy job, but somehow we get it done one way or another. So to all my brothers and sisters out there, thank you.
You betcha.
No, Uber geek, do not call 911.
There's always that one guy. Can someone delete his account?
Yeah.
No, because he's going to come back as somebody else. He's got 4 of them. We know who he is.
I go back
Oh,
to
my
work
God.
tomorrow too, and I don't want to get that call tomorrow.
Exactly. Because they're going to say, we saw you live, Don.
Well,
you were recommending people.
Yeah.
If we're doing shameless plugs, Hamvention, there'll be a big POTA presence at
Oh,
Hamvention.
nice.
For anyone who's going.
Excellent. Excellent.
I got
Good.
Saturday, Forum 3, sometime in the afternoon. Will be a POTA talk. And there's, I think we got a double wide. We got a big POTA booth where some call signs that are borderline famous now will have shops set up. You can go say
Good.
hi and
Nice.
Exciting news. This is great.
Big POTA presence out there.
Do you hear that, Molson?
That's good.
You hear that, Molson?
Yeah, totally. It's awesome. I'm excited.
There won't be a Victor. Oh, sorry.
There.
Hey,
So instead of calling 911, call on Channel 9 and thank
The
them
old
there.
days, a lot of the 911 centers had the 11-meter channel 9. You know,
Well, I saw
probably
that.
a 23 channel.
I saw that on Bruce Willis.
A thing?
No, it was Bruce Willis. What was it?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. That 911 operator had an 11-meter radio from the Nakatomi Plaza. No,
He was ordering a pizza.
yeah. Well, on that
Hey,
note,
Matt,
thanks.
Matt, make sure you hang tight after the show.
Yep.
But is that it, guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
No,
goodnight.
Shane
Oh,
didn't talk. No.
Shane, what do you got going
What you
on?
got going on?
Well, Saturday, from the time the sun comes up,
5:45 a.m.
Oh, I'm sorry. We lost him.
you see what
That
I got.
was
See what I have to
not
work
nice.
with. See what I have to work
Not
with.
nice.
These guys.
Penance.
All right, so Saturday, if you want to come and check out POTA, Isle du Bois section of the Ray Roberts State Park, I'll be there. Hit me up on Discord. All the links to the Discords are in the description of the video. The links to Matt's YouTube channel is in the description as well. All the links to all the people you see on screen, their video channels are there as well. Thank you guys for joining us every Tuesday night. There's 65 of you left. Thanks for Matt. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks for staying the entire 2 hours. Normally we get about 30 minutes, and the guest says "Sayonara, I'm out."
No,
So
I
thanks
can't imagine why.
Exactly. so thank you for hanging out with us for the entire night. I'm gonna say 73 to everybody, and I'm gonna hit the outro button. You
Are
guys
you?
have a good night. Yes, I am.
You sure?
Another POTA show? This is ridiculous. Good night, Sue. We love you.
Good night, so.